Hey, good morning, everybody. Guys, it's Friday. We got a long weekend coming up. Let's land this plane.
Sounds good.
I can see the runway.
I'm running.
We got clear skies ahead of us. I could see the runway perfectly, and I'm lined up. I'm ready to. The landing gear is about to be put down.
This is air traffic control. You're coming in a little hot.
We're good. No, we are at perfect speed, perfect altitude.
Wow.
No crosswinds. Let's go. Feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic today, guys.
Why? What's up with you?
I don't know.
Just a Friday attitude?
Well, you know what? I went to the speakeasy down at the Foundry.
None of the above?
Yeah.
Gerard Kraft.
Cool as hell, by the way.
I know.
It was cool.
It's everything from like finding it to going in. It's like a little journey.
It's a whole experience.
With a W or without the W? Is it a whole experience?
Both.
Like
Both.
you have to find a hole in the wall?
Both.
I mean, it's a hole in the ground. Like we're under the city.
Yeah, you are underground.
Freddy Krueger lives down there.
Somebody told me that's was like a flooded out area.
Oh,
like
cool.
that whole thing was flooded out, and then they fixed it up and made this really cool underground bar. Mm-hmm. But I went with a couple buddies. Yes, on a Thursday.
Look at you going
I know.
out.
How bad?
I was out at 5 o'clock.
What is that?
Okay.
It was a 5 o'clock reservation, okay?
That's
No.
sweet.
I said, I will go out as long as it's early. Because that's how this guy rolls.
Did you meet up with some boys or like what up?
Met up with the boys.
Underground boy time.
Underground boy time. That's right. And no, my buddy had been there before, and he goes, hey, I want you to try out this place. And so we met at the Foundry. And
we can only do it on a Thursday.
I know, I'm horrible to hang out with, honestly.
I'm really surprised you went out.
On a weekday.
Did you show up and say, hey, I'm out with my boys, but this can't happen again?
No,
Thursday,
I immediately now, so I have a hard out at 8.
Yeah, exactly. At 8? You were willing to be
did.
somewhere for 3 hours? That's absurd.
What time
that's
did you get
impressive.
home?
9.
Whoa.
What are you, crazy?
You know what? And what happened to the rule of you not drinking on a school night?
Yeah, who are you?
Well, this was a special
What was the occasion?
Anniversary.
Thursday.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
You and your bendy
It was
rules.
a Thursday, and it was the only time we could all get together.
Yeah, it's funny that you went there with the guys because it's definitely a hot date place.
Well, I went home and I told my wife, I go, we got to come back. I'm like, this place is awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, we got to go. We got to, like, you and I.
Do tell me, because especially touring the country and all that, I went to some really cool, like, specialty bars and all
Oh,
that
dude,
kind
I'll
of
tell
stuff.
you.
But here's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Is it okay for a non-drinker? Because the majority of the
yeah.
places that I have that are just, like, spectacular memories, I would not have had a good time if I wasn't
No,
hammered.
they don't allow losers in.
No, they make stop.
nice.
They make mocktails.
Is that what I am now?
Yes.
Aha!
They make mocktails, and they're just as delicious.
Well,
Is that why you didn't invite me, dude? That's messed up. Loser.
Yeah.
Think we're losers.
I don't want no.
Sober
there's,
losers.
listen, there's only one. There's only room for one stick in the mud, okay? And that's me. That's the guy that immediately goes,
No squares.
hey, guys.
yeah.
I can only be here for 3 hours or else I turn into a pumpkin. I need to be in my car.
And it's not that, and you know me, it's not that I need that to have a good time. That's not me at all.
No, it's just an
But-
experience.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
And it's a Gerard Kraft place, and, you know.
okay, cool.
So my buddy's been there before, and he's like, all right. You have to have a reservation.
Oh,
5 o'clock reservation.
man.
5 o'clock reservation.
Wowie.
5 o'clock rolls around. We go outside the Foundry into the courtyard there, and he goes, hey, can you figure out where this place is? I go, I got no idea. So he goes, well, it's through that door. If the red light is on, and you've been there, Lern, right?
Yeah.
If the red light is on above the door, that means the speakeasy's open.
Yeah. It's very inconspicuous. You don't know what it is.
You don't know. It's between the city winery and
The food court.
and the food court. It's just a door. It doesn't say speakeasy. It doesn't say the name of the place.
Yes,
Just a light.
That would somewhat defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you supposed to be talking about the light, by
I
the way?
don't know,
'Cause I
but I'm
just got word they got
I'm-
raided.
I'm going to talk about it anyway.
It's the cops.
Ah!
So you walk in. So you open the door, and there's it looks like a big electrical panel, like a big giant with a lot of like knobs and meters and stuff. And you go, what the hell? I'm like, what do I do here?
Whoa! Does it have the switch? Like a electric chair switch?
No, it's like a lot of like knobs and switches. Not like a big.
Oh. Because I mean, you know,
It's cool looking. I saw it when I was down there.
I've seen my fuse box a million times, but every single time I open any sort of electrical panel, I just have this like thought that I just want that big black handled, you know.
No, like as if you're turning on the electric chair.
Yeah, I want to throw a switch of some sort.
Does this feel like a place you could do your bucket list thing, man?
I'll get to that.
All right.
I'll get to that. So I go, I'm like, where's the door?
Right,
what do I do?
You're in an electrical closet.
What do I do? The door closes behind you. Now you're like, what do I do? Is there a switch? Is there a door? I mean, I'm touching things.
Oh, God.
And I think they'll let you sweat it out a little bit. I think that's part of the.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
That's part of the experience.
And then?
And then a little sliding door opens.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
It's like a little sliding door where you just see the eyes.
Nice.
That's
like Roger Rabbit. Like the Roger Rabbit when Eddie it's the gorilla.
Yep.
Or like in
Toontown.
Or like in
The Sting.
Ace Ventura.
Yes.
Where the little door opens. It's like, what's the password? That kind of situation.
What'd the guy say to
I
you?
could totally work this door. This is a total
Let's set it
bucket
up.
list. And they'll let us do it too.
Let's set it up.
They'll let us do it. And you know, you tell the door person, you know, your intentions. And
Is there a password?
yeah, do you have reservations? That's the password. Yes, we do have reservations. Right this way, gentlemen.
They take your coat?
It was 70 degrees. There were no coats.
Okay. They did whenever I was.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
And then they take you down a long hallway. And then you make a left turn and they take another long hallway down to another turn. And you're like deep
Yeah.
into the bowels of this underneath maze of whatever.
You feel like Freddy Krueger is going to pop out at any time.
Yeah.
And
It's
kill you.
dark and
Yeah.
it's dank. And then another door opens and there is this incredible looking bar. Like incredible looking. Like old, you know, old school, very dim lighting and these little banquettes and very, very cool looking.
No windows.
No windows. And your cell phone really don't work down there. Like cell phones do not really work down there and there's no Wi-Fi.
They didn't enforce the no cell phone rule.
No, they didn't say anything.
Like on the menus, it says do not be on your
Yeah,
phone.
there were some rules. I didn't read those.
Okay.
Because I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
You know me, guys.
It looks like they got some NA stuff.
Yeah, they do.
They call it simulacra. Ooh.
They do. And they have like fancy drinks. And it's like, you know, a bartender that knows, you know, the art of mixology. And, you know, the waitress comes over. Hey, what do you guys want? I said, I don't know. This is a lot of stuff on this menu. And I don't know the meanings of a lot of these things. I go, I like this. I like this. Just make me something.
Yeah. This is very European.
I go, just make me, you know, just give me a suggestion.
Right.
And they made a couple drinks. It was great.
Woo! Look at them drink prices. Whoa!
Oh, I know. This is not
Handcrafted.
this is not your neighborhood watering hole. This is a treat.
Fancy stuff. A lot of words I've never
This
seen.
is right.
before.
That's what I'm saying. This is a treat.
Yeah.
It's not something you go to every day,
That's crazy.
but it's a good little date place.
Yeah,
If you want to impress,
Look at that. It looks fantastic.
right? And yeah, Moon's got a video
They've
of it.
got
Nice
this
and dark.
They've got this video looping and this guy kissing this girl's hands, and it's so awkward.
Right? See how dark it is, and
Yeah,
it's cool.
You know what it reminds
That's
me of? In England, we were walking around. We had a day off, and me and Mallory saw this door, and like a couple people went in. This is in the middle of the day, and we were just doing the tourist thing where you just kind of follow in and you know go in these little nooks and crannies in the city. And we went down this weird looking stairwell, and we get down there, and there's like a door guy, and he stops us and like, hey, what are you here for? We're like, I don't know, I don't even know what this is. Like, you know, what is it? Is it a restaurant down here? He goes, it's a private jazz club. And we're like, private jazz club? How do we get
Nice.
in? He goes, you reserve a table. And I was like, is there an open table? He said, sure. And I was like,
Oh,
amazing.
nice.
And walked in,
Dang.
and dude, it was like a movie. It was just like this. It's like in the basement of the bowels of some old London area, and they turned it into this jazz club. And this is kind of what it feels like and what it looks like.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this
The
is
only
neat.
thing better than regular jazz is private jazz.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Dude, what a cool.
$100 for a private jazz
Private jazz.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things.
with
that's like-
Jasmine.
I guess it's one of those things that on a weekend, it's like a private club only.
Sure. Right.
But during the week,
I'm telling you that Foundry area is pretty damn cool.
It really is. I hope it gets the right amount of support because I know people are like afraid to go downtown, but it really is great. Great parking, so many options for food and
wasn't that
shopping.
crowded.
Downtown anyway, right?
Did you have food? Because look, they got food.
Yeah, they have little.
Like truffles and stuff.
Is that considered downtown?
Yeah.
I always
so.
thought the Grove was like Midtown.
Is it the Grove? Is that considered the Grove? That's not the
It's
Grove.
Grove adjacent.
That's SLU. That's the SLU.
It's IKEAville.
The IKEAville. That's the SLU area.
downtown, right? I mean,
I don't know.
it's St. Louis downtown.
It wasn't crowded.
I know what you're saying. Like in New York, they say like downtown is actual downtown.
Yeah.
So I think it.
But I thought that whole stretch there is Midtown.
I didn't know what county folk
I think it's
yeah, maybe
consider
you're right.
downtown.
See, county folk
To me, it's
consider
like
everything
down. To
downtown.
me, it's the rivers within walking distance.
To people out where I live, anything east of 170 is downtown.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you're going to Kirkwood downtown? No thanks.
No, Kirkwood is the edge. Webster downtown.
No, honestly, if you ask somebody, it's the Science Center is the line.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
For people that live out west.
Yeah, probably because
The Science Center is the.
Because as soon as they
Science
see
Center-
Barnes, they're like, I'm downtown.
Downtown St. Louis, Barnes Jewish Hospital.
Yeah. The heart of
That's
it.
wild. So
Well,
I live downtown.
well, Forest
I feel
Park.
fancy.
Man, I almost live downtown.
I
That's
live
cool.
past the Science Center line.
But what yeah, they had little nosh, little snacks.
This place looks really cool, man.
But I went into the actual Foundry, food hall to get some food and
What'd you get?
got some pizza.
How was it?
It was great. It was great.
What kind of pizza? What'd you have on it?
Well, I mean, it was
Pepperoni.
what's the place called? Forrados for something with an F.
Ferrados?
I don't know. You were
that's
the
in
one.
West
You were the
County.
one that was there. We weren't invited.
Fordos.
We're asking you about your story.
Burrows,
I'm just hungry.
Sabaros. Yeah, maybe was it Sabaros? No, it was,
Sabaro.
I don't know. It was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I don't know. It was good, and then I left. And
Oh man, I'm happy for you. Sounds very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Fordo's Killer Pizza.
that's it.
Thank you, Scott.
None of us
Fordos.
would have come, but sounds like you had a great time.
Great time, and especially without you guys, made
Really
it even better.
hope to get
Thank
invited
you.
next time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for not coming because
See, I think
I
we're
wouldn't
the-
have had as good of a
We
time.
should have just shown up.
But that's what I'm saying. I think we're the best friends ever because we're the people that you could and should invite.
I see enough
that,
of you guys.
that we won't come. So like,
I told you our next show date will be going to see the corpse flower bloom.
oh yeah, well,
That's our next show date.
That's next week.
I was telling this. I was telling Mallory about this. I don't understand. Again, can you explain to me? They know exactly when it's going to do it,
Yeah, well, not exactly.
Well,
but
there's
they
a
have
window.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
window.
and the window's like a week.
But we have a 24-hour. So once it
Bloom
blooms, you
time.
have 24 hours to get your butt
Lern
down
is
there.
monitoring the
Oh, okay.
botanical garden
I have an app
social medias.
that tells me when it blooms, and
Do
I
you
will
really?
be leaving. No, I wish.
Oh my
darn it.
gosh,
That'd be
I was like, wow,
amazing.
that's
I imagine people will
organization.
tag us when they see. I hope so. Like if you see it and we haven't talked about it, please tag the
Oh,
show.
and then we're gonna go.
But the
And then we're
window,
gonna go.
the window is next week,
yeah.
Yeah.
and this is a show trip.
It can be.
I would like to maybe go do some lunch.
Let's go
maybe on the hill.
smell death and then go to the hill.
Yeah, let's
I think
smell
maybe
death
go
and
to the
eat.
hill and then smell death.
No, I think we should smell it first because we're gonna vom at the Mobot if we eat first.
Oh, you want to eat first? No, you want to
I
smell
want
the
to
flower
smell
first,
it
then
first
eat.
and then go eat.
But I'm probably gonna be hungry.
Not after you smell the corpse flower. I mean,
Yeah,
or
it'll save
maybe you're
money.
a zombie. I don't know.
It'll save money, and you're the one paying. So,
Where are we
Should
gonna
we?
go?
Where are we gonna go to lunch?
none of the
Anthoninos?
above.
Wait,
That's not close.
you know what's right there is
Downtown.
Sasha's on Shaw.
I was thinking like an old school, like Adriana's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
sandwich.
Whatever
All
you
right.
say, man.
Fine.
Or we could go to Antonino's. They got great food
Oh, I
too.
love Anthoninos.
I'm fine with whatever.
Guido's.
Fine. So it's a corpse flower, and then you're shaking your head.
Rockstar Taco.
Where are we going? They're not open for lunch, I believe.
Sorry, I had my mic off because I was coughing. I was shaking my head at Guido's. I don't.
You don't do Guido's?
It's fine.
What?
I'm going to the hill.
I've had Guido's cater
No
a
offense.
house party I've been to, and it
No,
was
if I'm
very
going to the
good.
hill for lunch,
Maybe I had a bad 4 experiences then.
Oh no!
no. If I'm going to the hill for lunch, which is a rare occurrence, like I want to go to a place that I know
It's going to
is
dunk.
going to be like Adriana's, and it's been a while.
Antonino's has never missed from me.
I love it. Pasta, pizza, salads. It's delicious.
There's a place. What's the place with bocce ball in the back?
Yeah, that one's
Milo's.
Milo's Cigar Bar.
Milo's.
No, there's another place too. I think.
Milo's good wings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good wings there.
Oh, man. I'm excited. Let's go.
We're going
I can
next
eat wings
week?
right now.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully this thing blooms at a convenient time for all of us.
Yeah.
We've thrown around a lot of vowels. It's making me hungry.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, listen, let's get through this weekend first because we got Memorial Day weekend. People hitting the road, maybe taking today off. Most everybody has Monday off, but you know, if the only thing you're remembering on Memorial Day is to go back for that third hot dog, well, you're doing it wrong. And you're not the only one because half of Americans think Memorial Day has lost its original meaning, and you know, it's about remembering America's fallen troops. And unfortunately, that's not the first thing they associate this weekend with. But, you know, it's also okay to associate it with barbecues in summer and, you know, the nice 3-day weekend we've got coming up. So just make sure you take a little time.
Well, Monday is supposed to be not great weather, right?
Well, tomorrow they're calling maybe a 15% chance of rain in the area. Sunday, a 50% chance. And Monday, I think, is a wash, which sucks.
Yeah, Monday 60%.
Boy,
I'm sorry, Monday
that's
40%.
better if it's
Monday's 40%?
Sunday is worse than Monday.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly.
Dude, you know who's psyched? Movie theaters. You got some big movies opening up this weekend.
Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch.
I mean, those are pretty
those
big
are
movies.
Huge.
I mean, yeah, but that's just it. I mean, it's just two.
Those are two blockbusters.
Those are two of probably the bigger ones of the year.
This is the start of the summer movie season.
You going to see it?
I might.
You're entertaining people.
My wife loves Mission Impossible and Born Identity. She loves that stuff.
Those are fun.
Honestly, the last one was it was all right. I guess I got to finish it out. You know, it's a 2-part thing.
I haven't made it past Mission Impossible 2.
Well, you need to do some
Oh,
catching up.
This is
those are
the
good
eighth
movies.
one.
They're good movies. They are what they
I know.
are.
Yeah, I got to be
they're
honest. The missions are starting to seem pretty possible. They're starting to add up, Tom.
It got good reviews, this new one.
Yeah, well,
I think 80% on the tomatoes.
we'll maybe go. Our kids
They're
are like
home.
scattered all over the place doing different fun things without us. So maybe
I always catch them in a hotel. I feel like I've watched every Mission Impossible on a hotel treadmill because it's always like on FX.
He's running, you're running.
Yeah, I'm running, Tom's running, and I'm always like, hey, this is better than I thought it was going to be. But it never convinces me to go see the next one
No,
in the
and they're
theater.
fine. You know, they got good casts.
They've been great. I've never watched one on like FX or whatever's on the hotel treadmill and been like, it's always Transformers or a Mission Impossible movie that's constantly on in the
I
afternoon.
don't love the Transformers ones. I'm out on those.
I don't think I've
It's
seen
an
one of
easy
those.
watch while feel like you're going to die of a
Yeah.
heart attack.
I'm not so interested in the Lilo and Stitch.
No.
But the Mission Impossible one, I would.
Yeah, that's
I
a
would
good
consider maybe this weekend going to watch.
The Lilo and Stitch is live.
Yeah.
It's a live action, yeah.
That'd probably be cool.
But all right, so maybe there's going to be a window to grill. So if you're looking forward to grilling, 58% of Americans plan to barbecue this weekend, and Instacart shared some stats on what we're grilling, guys. What are we grilling here? So they looked at the type of meat each state bought more than other states for Memorial Day, at least for the weekend last year. So in the Midwest, we are obsessed with one thing, and it's pretty much every state from Ohio to Colorado.
It's brats.
It's brats. We are a bratwurst zone. We are America's bratwurst zone.
And I welcome it.
What's brat? What are brats again? I had a bad experience.
Chunky
with-
sausage in the phallic form.
I mean, like,
It's German sausage. It's the way it's seasoned.
what's it made of?
It could
Pork.
yeah, pork, but they'll put other stuff in it like cheese or this or
Lips.
But it's better than. Is it
Buttholes.
lips and beeholes?
No, I mean, it's sausage.
It's slunk
whatever.
meat, as John Hewlett would say.
But it's-
slunk meat.
Well, I mean, depends on who you get it from.
I mean, hot dog is just a slosh. So like,
well,
I'm
I mean,
asking.
it's trimmings from various parts of the pig. And,
So it is the trimmings as
I
well.
mean, it could be.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. I mean, there's
You know what I'm
fancy
saying?
I
ones.
want it to be anything except for high quality. If you convince me it's high
Well,
quality,
you go to a good butcher and you get some high quality brats. There's
Yeah.
I had a bad experience when I was a kid, and it like turned me off to brats. Like it was something wrong with the casing of the skin. I was just like, "What is this? This is so bad." So I've steered clear. And after you grow up and you find out what hot dogs are made of and all that, that can like damper it a bit. So I've had a hot dog here and there, but like
Well,
for the
and you
most
go
part,
with your natural casings, which are intestines, so they stuff the meat in the intestines.
Yeah.
And those are natural casings, or you go with the, synthetic ones, which are not bad either.
And you get fancy ones where it's like crocodile meat or rabbit meat,
yeah,
stuff like that.
bratwurst could be anything, but mostly pork.
You could also get impossible brats, which I have quite frequently
Nobody's
at my
getting
house.
those.
how are those?
1.2 million men and women have not given their lives over the past 250 years for impossible brats. No.
Oh, yes, they have. My father,
Mission Impossible brats.
who had Agent Orange, said, my daughter will eat whatever she wishes for the rest of time.
God bless them.
Like I see them, and
You have to eat the Mission Impossible brat while at full sprint.
Which I do.
they're just built for ease. I wish I could put like hamburger or something in the hot dog shape, so I could.
You could do that.
Oh, dude, I love bratwurst.
You can do that.
Mustard.
It doesn't look like a hamburger anymore. It looks like
Right.
a hamburger on its way out. But
Yeah.
If there's
You're right.
you legally you can do it.
I don't.
Put corn
Yeah, there's
with
a reason it hasn't caught on.
What I'm saying is that I want to enjoy it, and I can't, and I'm not sure why.
So what are we grilling? So we are the entire Midwest is obsessed with bratwurst. Almost every state from Ohio to Colorado bought a ton of brats over Memorial Day weekend last year. Texas, California, most states out west are into steak, skirt steak in Texas, ribeyes in Arizona and Idaho, T-bones in Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and New Mexico, and beef flap. Which
Excuse
was
me?
Lern's nickname.
Absolutely, it was. When I was on my soccer team, they called me beef flaps. And I go, why are you doing that?
I can't
You're
take
my
it.
Good to
coach.
be
Why
loved,
are you
isn't it?
saying
All right,
that?
good night, everybody. We'll see you.
See you later. Have a great
can't
weekend,
take it
everybody.
anymore.
We'll see you Tuesday. Beef flaps are big in California. A popular choice for fajitas. Then way out west, it's frozen turkey burgers in Hawaii. Ribs are popular across the South. That includes Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee. Louisiana and Virginia into pork butts.
Pork butt, that's your nickname.
Currently.
Yeah,
Florida is
forever.
getting fancy with filet mignon, the worst of the cuts, in my
What?
opinion. I hate filet mignon.
I loved it when I ate steak back
Those
in
two
the
things
day.
don't go together.
What?
Florida and filet mignon.
What do you mean you hate filet mignon?
Oh, if you ask me like what my favorite cut of
Yes.
like a steak is, filet mignon is dead last.
Oh, please.
What?
Dead
Last.
Really?
Dead last.
What happened to you?
What do you mean? What happened to me?
It has
Yeah.
to be experience based.
No, I love steak. Like a ribeye is the first choice for me,
Yeah.
but filet mignon has got no fat, and it's always
Crispy. Oh, it's so good.
a little dry.
I do feel like,
What?
as a poor,
You need to
You're
cook
going
it.
to the wrong place,
You
brother.
need to cook it. I mean, you need to nail filet mignon for it to be good.
yeah, you're
If
right.
you
man.
undercook it, it's chewy.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you overcook it, it's like eating a boot.
That's a good
And
point.
you got
But if you do it just right.
you got to nail it. And usually filet mignon comes with a sauce that to kind of cover up the.
It's wrapped in bacon.
What?
Right.
Not always.
Yeah.
I think I had one at Annie Gunn's not long ago, and it was
Usually,
banging.
yeah, but they'll usually put like a sauce on it or wrap it in bacon or something just to give it a little extra
Really?
fat.
When I was a kid,
Trust
though,
me, I know
thought,
what I'm talking
I was
about.
I thought
unaware.
filet mignon was the fanciest. of
That's what I was
fancy.
saying.
Me too.
It had good marketing.
Yeah.
As a poor,
Perhaps I'm
I
still
think
stuck
it is
there.
the introductory fancy steak that poor people think is fancy, and you eat it for like the first few years that you can afford to buy a steak.
Maybe I'm still
you're
stuck
right.
And
there.
then you are like, oh,
where
this
am I
was a
s-
trick for the
There
poors.
are way better
They
steaks
wrapped
out
something
there.
in bacon to trick the poor people.
So what am I
This must
supposed to
be
do
good.
now? Where
Get
do
a
I-
ribeye.
Where do I go from here? Ribeye next?
I feel
No,
like
dude,
ribeye
ribeye's
is
the best.
The spot.
Is it the most expensive?
Prime rib if it's done well.
Is ribeye the most expensive? I don't
No,
know if ribeye's the
I don't
most
think so.
expensive.
It just depends.
It's the fattiest, and it's
That's one my wife likes.
right on.
Oh, okay.
Right on.
It is.
I learned a lot
if you do
today.
it, then I think strip steak is the next steak you think is fancy.
The
And
New
then
York
you-
strip, yeah.
Yeah, and then you realize because it's from New York. Another good marketing. Oh, New York strip. This must be good. It's from New York. You know, the cattle fields of New York. And I don't know why.
Yeah, it came from Texas, but
But then you realize Texas ribeye. When you start seeing the right states, the Oklahoma aged, dried ribeye, and it's got all the little fat pockets that cook the meat and
this is a
season it
fat
up
grandpa.
for you.
Yeah.
That's just a fat grandpa bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oklahoma
Oh, man,
aged.
we're having ribeyes tonight.
Oh, wow.
Why am I looking at all this right now? I am now very hungry.
All right, so T-bones in Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and New Mexico. We talked about the beef flap. We talked about the ribs. Kentucky's buying a lot of burger patties. Chicken wings in both Carolinas plus Maryland. Most states in the Northeast are putting meat between the bread. Beef patties in Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Delaware, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire. Turkey burgers in Jersey, Massachusetts, and Maine. Couple outliers. Hot dogs are more popular in West Virginia than anywhere else, and vegetarian sausages are big in, where do you think?
Vermont.
Washington.
California.
Oregon.
Oregon. My people. What's up?
Hippies.
Mushrooms are legal, and we are eating vegan brats on Memorial Day.
Hippies.
Dreams.
Well, anyway, have fun grilling this weekend.
Thank you.
Hopefully there'll be a nice window where you could, put the meat to the heat. But, it's summer here. And if you're making a checklist, the average American says summer isn't complete without 4 cookouts, 3 getaways, 2 concerts, and 2 festivals.
Okay.
That is a complete summer for Americans. I'll say it again. 4 cookouts, 3 getaways, 2 concerts, and 2 festivals.
Okay.
That is the complete American summer.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair checklist.
That's a fair checklist.
I think that's pretty good. And if you hit that, you got to be pretty stoked on life.
We've already had one festival.
Yeah.
Point Fest is done.
But that's not a summer festival. That's spring.
Oh, never mind.
You said it was kickoff to the summer concert series.
Yeah, I heard you say
Sure
it.
did.
Concert series, but not the, well,
I mean,
anyway.
you blew it.
Well,
Talk about both
Count it,
sides of your
fine.
nose.
Count it.
I'm not saying you got to count it. I'm just saying what you said.
I will be going to Missouri State Fair this week. Well, not this summer.
really?
What
Yeah.
day is that?
You going to see the barrel racing?
August?
It's in August.
Which band are you watching?
Tractor pulls?
I don't know who's playing.
Are they
Nelly's playing.
Are they
Flow
doing
Rider.
stock car or wing sprint car still?
I don't
And
know.
yes, I just said Flow Rider, like a
Flow
total white
Rider.
person. Cool.
Rider.
Blues Traveler.
Follow me
Personal
for more
Blossom,
cool concert updates.
Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors, get on out of here.
Flow Rida.
It's a simple story.
Winona Judd.
I don't know which day I'm going.
Why are you going in general? What's,
My wife's got a thing down there, a booth down there for her.
Flow
nice.
Rider.
So she's like, "Do you want to go?" I go, "I think I do."
This man's Mr. Festival.
Yo, go see some of the horse stuff, man.
I would love to.
Go watch a cow be born.
I would love to.
I would love to. It's a good time, dude.
Have you watched the cows get birth yet? That's
I've
pretty
seen
fun.
I've seen a cow give birth.
They do that at the fair?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You can go watch that.
Oh.
I would
pretty
go. I don't need to go down and see a band. I feel like that's going to be a waste of time.
What if it's Winona Judd, though?
I feel like that's going to be a time suck. Which I can see a band here in St. Louis.
My
I'm
man.
going to Sedalia.
My man.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out on Sedalia.
I
Good
wanna-
tech school there. Or trade school.
I'm going to Sedalia, guys, and I want to just soak it all in.
Good for you.
I don't need to take. I've seen Gin Blossoms. I've seen Blues Traveler.
Are you going to go see the Bloody Bill memorial thing?
But I don't think
You
I've
haven't
seen a
Blues
truck and tractor pull.
Yeah, but you haven't seen Blues Traveler with the scent of livestock in the air,
Yeah, that's true.
With the state's biggest gourd.
mixed with corn dogs. Honestly, the fair food is where it's at, dude. That's what.
Is it?
That's your tour of
Yeah,
Italy.
the food's a big deal.
Just walk around and just keep grabbing.
The food, the internet really helped state fair food because it became like a competition. You know what I mean? Like everybody started like talking about like, oh, did you hear what Illinois State Fair is doing?
Oh yeah, I watched that show on the cooking channel called Carnival Eats.
Yeah, it became like ballparks. You know, like how ballparks got to kind of compete now for these.
now
silly-
all like the state fairs are trying to one up each other.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
awesome.
Texas State Fair and I think the Minnesota State Fair, are the
it's
big
awesome.
ones
Capitalism,
for food.
competition.
I love it.
Does nothing but help the consumer.
Competition.
Another day in the life. of
Competition
commission.
breeds innovation.
Exactly, and we're living a good life.
Calm down, Rockefellers.
Hey, I'm ready. August 7th through the 17th. I may go for the whole thing. I don't know. I may live down
Calm
there.
down.
You should.
I may
Camp
open a
out.
fair adjacent.
Don't ruin the fair.
The Rizz State Fair. And if any state fair with any salt is open to the competition, my Ferris wheel will be twice the size.
Hey, I got a question though. So if you are traveling maybe this summer or maybe this weekend, maybe you're on your way to the airport right now. So there was a recent airline incident that is sparking a pretty fierce debate about passenger requests and etiquette after a woman handed a flight attendant a laminated printed list outlining a staggering number of in-flight demands. Okay, so this is according to a report in the New York Post. Now, the incident began when a passenger boarded this flight and presented the cabin crew with what she called a flight allergy list.
Wow.
Now, the list didn't just cover common concerns like I'm allergic to nuts or I'm allergic to gluten. Instead, it included a long series of very specific instructions and bans. This is what the list said.
Okay.
No coffee anywhere on the flight. She says she's highly allergic even to the smell. No cashews, no fragrance or chemical smells, including cologne, perfume, scented soap, or body lotion. No gasoline or airplane fuel smells. A request for a large bottle of water instead of the standard small cup, so she would not have to ask repeatedly. Now, the passenger claimed, this woman, that exposure to any of these substances, even just the scents, could trigger severe allergic reactions, including breathing problems. In her note, she wrote, I am highly allergic to the smell of coffee and would appreciate it if you could refrain from brewing coffee. Even the smell could stop my breathing.
What a sad life. I mean,
She ended the letter with a polite thank you for your patience and understanding and trying to make the flight as enjoyable as possible for me. I appreciate you. Now, I don't know what happened as far as did the airline accommodate her requests.
I would think not.
I would think not.
I'm not
I
trying
would
to,
say I think it's the train for you.
I was going to say, I'm not trying to be insensitive, because that, I'm sure that's a real thing, and it has to be horrible that you can't smell certain things. One of the best things, even before I liked coffee or even tried coffee, I was like, coffee, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's got a cool thing to it in the air. Can you imagine, like, if you smell something good and you're like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
Now, I'm immediately my spidey sense tells me, is this a true allergy or is this just your personal preference?
Right. This is kind of what Rafe's talked about before when you're like, you can't have onions and people think that you don't like onions. This is probably accepted with that sort of mentality.
I've never heard of somebody stopping breathing after smelling coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
That's extreme, if that's what it is.
That's pretty extreme. And
it's also suspect that it's not just coffee. This sounds like someone who just wants a scent neutral environment and is bullying their way into it.
Right.
Because no nuts, no
as opposed
cologne.
to like no scents, like you're that sensitive to smells, every smell.
You're stuck indoors.
I'm not saying that it's not preferable, but is it an actual allergy? Is it an actual life endangering situation? Or is she just like,
yeah, is it personal preference?
Yeah. Personal preference, you're going to bend to my will because there's really no way to prove that I'm not.
Now, do you know what an airline... Sorry, Scott, go on.
I was to say, these demands literally make no sense.
I stopped this conversation for that, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy Friday, Scott.
It's needed here and there.
Go ahead and hit home, bud.
You did a good job this week.
Punch out, buddy. So do you know what the rules are? Or let's say not rules, but what accommodations can be made? Because, like Delta, for example, if you notify them 48 hours in advance of your flight and you have a nut allergy, they'll stop. They will not serve nuts.
That's good.
Really?
But you got to give them advance warning.
That's nice to know.
Like 48 hours. And experts say, and the science here is, risks posed by airborne allergens on planes are pretty exaggerated. So according to a bunch of different studies, food-induced allergic reactions are 10 to 100 times less common during flights than on the ground. You know why? Because they have such good filters on the planes.
That's true.
Like peanut dust. Like researchers added that allergens like peanut dust settle quickly and are only really a danger if you're sitting like very close to somebody. So if you're in row 2 and somebody's got a bag of peanuts in row 30, you're going to be fine.
All right.
You're going to be fine. And modern airplane air systems replace cabin air every 3 to 4 minutes using those HEPA filters to capture dust and microbes and even coffee vapors. Making airborne exposure like really not a thing. And the study also pointed out that the real germ and allergen risk isn't floating in the air, but on surfaces like tray tables and seat backs. So, yeah, those are rarely sanitized. So maybe wipe down if you're really allergic to a lot of things, then you wipe down your stuff and you take your own measures.
I'd imagine you'd have wipes with you at all times. All times.
You know I do.
Well, this kind of thing has started a conversation about what's a reasonable ask of airlines. Yes, people with severe allergies do deserve empathy and they do deserve, reasonable accommodations. But at what point do the requests become unrealistic? And then it starts to affect other people. Hell, maybe I wanted a cup of coffee. But this bitch with her laminated list?
Yeah, this bitch. This allergic bitch.
With her laminated list.
Also
I like
allergic
this
to
laminated
lamination.
too.
You take some coffee grounds out and blow them in her face.
What do you think of this?
Like a ninja.
Yeah, I would just stay home.
She's faking. You're like Walter and the Big Lebowski. Trust me. This lady could drink coffee.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
You got the whites, the bag of whites,
Yeah.
the briefcase of whites. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to have to put up with people like you if I was this allergic, because I know I'm annoying.
Oh, put up with people like
Yeah,
me?
when you're blowing the grounds in my face and you're calling me a bitch because I have allergies. I mean, I don't want to be subjected to this. I'm just going to live
Take
in
a
a
train.
cave. Yeah, I'm not going
Take the
anywhere.
train. Take the train. If you are this allergic to all this stuff, I would think that you would have maybe contacted the airline prior to boarding instead of just handing the cabin crew a laminated list.
That probably means it's been ripped numerous times. Like she's handed that list over and they would rip it in the past, so now she laminates it, so it's really tough to chop it up.
Does look more official. Period.
Yeah, anything laminated just ups the.
I'm gonna take it more seriously.
Yeah,
If it's laminated, you're right. If it's laminated, I do take it more seriously.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
something about that.
And if it's signed by a doctor, like Dr. Seuss or whatever.
Something about lamination makes it a little more official. I understand.
It
But
really
how's she
does.
going to walk through the airport? There's like 4,000 Starbucks. There's usually 4 Starbucks and a Dunkin' Donuts in every terminal. What's happening?
What's okay there?
What's happening there?
Well, that's
Just
what I
a little
mean.
bubble.
You got something like that going on in your life. What a
It's time to get a helmet.
Worst, man.
yeah. I mean, you
It's
can
time for her to get a helmet.
walk
It's
around
time-
in a gas mask.
I mean,
Or
don't
an
they have
astronaut suit.
Is there little things you cover, that don't look weird and stuff you can just put on your face?
I don't know. This
Like a
is
Bane mask?
This is an allergy manifesto, is what it is.
no, it's what.
I think she gets one of those old diver's helmets.
No, dude.
The bell.
Like you see in the fish aquarium.
No,
It has its own little air supply.
it's the Black Plague one with the big old long nose.
Yeah, yeah, the
she's
bird.
that.
The bird, yeah, needs to walk around looking like a crow. It sounds
Fine.
horrible, and I
Yeah.
feel terrible.
If
for
true,
her.
I don't believe it.
Hey, I'm taking her at her word.
I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I think this is somebody who is just, everybody needs to bend to her will and her personal preferences.
Man, what a bummer.
No gasoline or airplane fuel smells? Like, how do you...
I love the smell of gasoline.
How do you...
Me too.
Yeah, good
How
luck.
do you control that?
It's an airplane.
I like getting a whiff while I'm at the pumps.
I'm like Zoolander whenever they're just dousing themselves with gasoline. That's how I go to the gas
So
station.
she says no cologne, perfume, or scented soap or body lotion. What if I walk on the plane, I'm doused in Dracar?
Yeah, or I got
What,
my
are you gonna,
Aveeno.
what am I going to have to take the next flight? Take the train.
Breaking news, I can see Rizz being a male Karen in the real world. So
Oh, I'm the male Karen? I'm the Karen.
you're Ken.
I'm the Karen.
Ken.
Or no, actually, no. Ken.
I'm the
Uncle
Ken.
Ken's a great guy. Let's see. What's another K dude name? Kurt.
Craig.
Craig with
How
a
am
K?
I the Karen?
I don't know. You're calling this woman a bitch and she can't breathe and she's dying on the plane.
I
next to you.
don't buy it.
Bubble Boy. That's the movie. It's the
It's a great flick.
I don't buy it.
what a bummer.
I'm not the one with the allergy manifesto.
You know what?
Anyway, she would hate this next woman that's going viral.
What's happened?
So this woman, her name is Chloe Gray. She's a frequent flyer from New York City. She's made headlines after she brought an entire rotisserie chicken through an airport security checkpoint at a recent trip.
This is my.
It's my sister-in-law's for sure.
Now she often packs healthy snacks for these long flights to manage her blood sugar and avoid expensive or unhealthy airport food, which that's why I love traveling because it's my excuse to
Eat like crap.
eat like garbage, like
Yeah.
polish off a bag of Doritos or something I'd normally feel shame about doing around my wife or hiding in the shadows. But at the airport, it's like, fine. It's the only thing here. It's the only thing here.
You get to play it off.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Somebody eats these freaking Doritos since they don't care about our health at the airport.
Right.
You have to blame someone else.
yeah, sure, you could find healthy snacks, but nobody wants that. So it was this woman, Chloe. You know, she usually packs the healthy snacks, but you know, she wanted something different for her cross-country journey. So the night before her flight, she picked up a rotisserie chicken from Whole Foods. The next day, flying from Newark to San Francisco, which is a long flight, her chicken made it through airport security with little extra attention. Like she had it in the plastic bag, you know, like you'd get the rotisserie chicken in the plastic, like resealable bag.
Yeah.
Yuck.
She just put that in her carry-on.
It's last little flight.
Security flagged it for inspection, but after a quick look, TSA simply smiled and handed it back. Here you go.
Interesting. So you can take your rotisserie chicken with you on a plane.
So she shared her story, and the video that she had quickly racked up over 500,000 views with hundreds of comments. And some people were like, hey, you know what? Good on you. You know, trying to watch out for your health. Others are like, man, you got to crack up. Where are you eating that? Like, are you putting open your tray and you... That's going to smell, right?
I would think so.
Oh, yeah.
Intensely.
Like, you pull out a whole chicken. How are we eating that?
Also, your
Lukewarm
clothes
by this
smell,
point.
right? Like if it's in your suitcase, like with your shirts.
Yeah.
You're going to smell like chicken for the rest of the weekend.
Great point.
Like, how do you eat it? Usually that's a fork and knife thing. Usually, like, I'm carving. Like, you carve it and you put it on a plate to present it to the family.
Man, the only time I could see this being a wise idea or presumably being a wise idea is like if you're looking for something to cover up something for the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like the drug dogs.
Like drugs?
Yeah, like you're trying to get a little weed through or something like that in a place you're not supposed to. Like, oh, I know. I'll take this rotisserie chicken, and the dog will hit that. And then the cops will be like, oh, it must be the chicken in the backpack.
I don't know. Here she is. Here she is talking about
I
it.
just got pulled aside by TSA for having something crazy in my bag, but I told her this is how you give yourself a first class experience without paying for first class. So let me show you.
First class.
Okay, cold rotisserie chicken. I gotta get my protein in the flight. I hate buying airport food, so I usually just try to pack like a salad or something. And I didn't have time, so I was like, let me just get like a whole chicken from Whole Foods. And this is gonna hold me over for like the entire day pretty
Yeah,
much.
I guess so. Just
You can buy salads in vending machines at the airport that are perfectly healthy.
I
yeah,
get
but you
it
can't gnaw on a chicken wing.
I get it.
That's
now.
true.
This is rage bait. This is the.
Oh, we rage baiting?
This is she's doing this for content. I thought you meant like this all happened. You know, that this was a report from somebody else. She's the one that put this stuff out there.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I said, you know, she's.
I didn't get
She
it.
put the stuff on there.
No, I didn't get it. I was thinking somebody was sniping somebody just digging into a rotisserie chicken with the tray down. You know, with somebody going, ma'am, can you put your tray up for takeoff, please? That's what I saw. A little steam coming out when she goes, poof, you know, kind of poofs
Yeah.
open.
Man, rotisserie chicken is so good. I mean, I don't want to
Oh,
like...
it's so versatile.
It is. You can shred it up and make tacos. I mean, it's the best.
Good for a couple days.
Yeah. Gnaw on that for a couple of days.
And then you take the bones, you can make soup.
Ah, yes, bone broth. Very
Make
good.
soup with it. Oh, it's such a good, versatile thing.
It is.
It's amazing. Oh,
speaking of chicken.
Speaking of rotisserie chicken, ladies and gentlemen, Clownvis.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hey,
you look
Can we
great.
get these coffee cups out of here?
Yeah. Are you allergic?
Yeah, I got a smell thing happening.
Well, with the red nose and everything, you know.
Yep, a little sensitive.
How you doing, buddy?
Really good. How about you?
Good to see you.
Oh, man.
Good to be seen. Happy to be here.
Nice Friday surprise, joined by Clownvis.
Hey, thanks. What a beautiful day, man. You haven't looked out this window, boy. It's beautiful
It's
out there.
gorgeous this weekend.
Pretty nice.
Can I honk your horn?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
This
yeah.
weekend, we're hoping, there's some good windows for outdoor activities.
Yes, indeed, man.
I know Moon's going to be outside with, you're going to be playing inside, but
I'll be
the
playing
Schlafly
inside.
Tap Room's got a whole outside thing going on. I know Clownvis is going to be in Tower Grove.
Yeah, the punk rock flea market on Saturday from 11 to 7, all day in Tower Grove Park. And it looks like we're going to have, I like our chances with the weather there. It's going to be all right, I think. You know, the punk rock flea market. You ever been to a flea market?
I've been to a flea market. I've not been to a punk rock flea market.
It's very fun.
It's wild. But, you know, when I was young, call me old-fashioned, but when I was young, punk rock was like, you know, violence and thrashing and spitting.
Yes.
Now it's going to see a clown at a flea market.
Now it's just a nice mood.
Just go to the park and see a clown at a flea market.
Yeah, times have changed.
Times are changing, baby. And I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good time. There's like vintage stores and all these great pop-ups. Elder Emo is they were there last year.
Yeah,
They're there
there's
again.
like over 120 vendors, 22 bands, which is the cool part for me. I'm hosting the main stage, so there's like a bunch of stages. And over 22 bands, I think, or something like that. And some really cool local punk bands, everything from hip-hop and ska. It's not just punk rock. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be set up there with the Clownvis merchandise and all that jive, you know, meeting people, making pictures, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, you can make a whole day out of it. So, you know, go down to see Clownvis and go to see Moon,
Yeah.
you know, later on in the evening.
Yeah.
Pick up some sweet clothes and see a lot of great music.
I know at Schlafly, for every beer they sell on Saturday, $1 is going to go to tornado relief.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's a nice thing that Schlafly's doing. But,
Yeah, does this kind of thing, is it kind of like Camdenton in London, where it's just all like
That's what I imagine it, yeah.
yeah, punk rock vendors everywhere, and like you'll see. I mean, if you've been looking for a vest, maybe like a studded vest and different things like that.
I imagine it's going to be, vests and, you know, cool vintage shirts and handmade jewelry and spiked collars and such. You know, I imagine it's going to be all that.
Sweet, what a weekend!
I want to see the band Family Medicine. That's awesome.
like, if I want to, from now on, dress up like I'm in the band The Replacements,
Yeah.
I could find stuff to do that.
We should make a video where you come out and we try to dress you up. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Whoa, that would be
Punk
great.
him up.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
and then you hit the stage with us.
That's not going to work. I'm not a let's punk this guy up.
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
you are.
I don't know.
You got
You're
earrings.
You're
and
kind of made for it.
you had
Scott
the
Topic.
ball necklace.
Scott
and the-
Topic. Nice.
Scott Topic. I love that.
Let's hit up the old Scott Topic. Well, good to see you, buddy.
Happy to be here.
I tell you what, before we move on, and this question is trending after somebody asked it on Reddit, and I'll go around the room here, and it's amazing how common some of these things are. Do you guys have any weird rules that you made up for yourself when you were younger that you still follow?
Yeah, I don't step on cracks.
You still don't.
Yeah, like if we go walking on a sidewalk, I will avoid the cracks.
So you still do that?
Yeah, and it's almost like second nature at this point.
Yeah. You know what I do too? I was doing it I'll sometimes do it on square tile floors.
Interesting.
Like these.
Yeah.
I'll catch myself standing with my foot sideways where it's
As to not be on a crack.
I do it in his room. I was doing it yesterday. I was leaning against that wall, and I was like,
I don't want
why am
my
I
mother-
doing this? And I go, it's because I'm not stepping on a crack.
I don't want my mother to have any back problems.
Yeah.
That's right. I heard that nursery rhyme as a child, and I said, no way. I love my mother.
It's probably some other sort of deep-seated mental issue besides that, but
For sure.
I'll blame it on
It's
that.
OCD at its finest.
Yeah, there are some people with some really weird, like, they, as a kid, they kind of made up this rule, and they're still doing it. Like somebody wrote, each armpit gets the same number of deodorant swipes.
Yeah.
If you do 6 swipes on your left pit, you have to do 6 swipes on the right
Six
pit.
That just seems like a good rule for humans.
How many do I do? I'm like,
6 swipes.
I gotta have
I think
zero.
I'm 3.
You're caking out, bro.
I think I'm
1,
4.
2, 3.
1, 2,
Yeah, it's
3,
1, 2, 3.
4.
1, 2, 3,
I think 1, 2, 3.
But I got to do equal too,
Yeah.
or else I feel I'm leaning one way. I got really thick deodorant, guys.
Do you?
You do you got are you a gel man or
No.
powder guy?
No.
Ew.
Like the
ew.
white?
Ew.
Oh, really?
Ew.
Oh, the gel. It makes your armpit
What do I want to be
wet.
wet? What do I do this?
Nice
Dry it.
moist armpit.
Oh, wet pits.
Ew.
Okay. Hey, fine.
No,
I'm not
You know what
discriminating.
deodorant I
believe they
use?
still make
Dr.
that crap.
Squatch.
Dr.
I'm a-
Squatch?
I'm a
For the
doctor-
hairy man.
I'm a Dr. Squatch man.
Wow, I never heard of that.
I'm a secret girl.
It's
Midnight Squatchman.
a big thing.
Yeah, is it?
I mean, I've seen they sponsor a lot of podcasts. They sponsor comedy events, all that.
Sponsored by
Dr.
Don't Tell
Squatch.
Special.
Highly recommend. Not a sponsor. Dr. Squatch.
I'm full aluminum. Can't say that word. Aluminum.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Probably a
I'm fully
21%er.
Oh, you do? You're an aluminum girl.
I'm a heavy metal queen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
You
all
of all people, I would think that.
Because I've been to hippies forever. I gave that up around 2007 or 8.
I can't do it. I start smelling bad. And I just have a problem. You know how you have the misophonia? I have it with smell, and I can smell my pits if I do the aluminum-free one.
You of all people who watch what goes, in your body.
Yeah, I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme when it comes to pits.
Health
What are the
conscious.
two things? It's aluminum and something else. What's the other thing?
Talc powder. I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. I got the aluminum-free one, but I still got it. Doesn't smell like cardboard like some of the Tom stuff. I'm not using that stuff. I'm still using the old
I don't think there's, I
Old
don't.
Spice Fiji or something like that that smells good, but it's supposed to be paraben maybe. I don't know. It's free of aluminum, so they say. I'm not looking too deep into it. To be
What's the
honest.
aluminum like? I don't have any holes in my armpits. I don't know. Where's this aluminum sneaking in?
Well, you do.
Oh, your pores, buddy.
You got pores.
Do clowns have pores? Maybe you don't.
He's a rich clown.
I don't know. I never looked too closely, but it's not like I got big gaping holes in my armpit. Or anything.
It absorbs. There's absorption.
But I'm also holding aluminum cans all day too.
You
so.
smell good anyway, so you're fine.
You guys know one of them kid rules that I have is I stubbed my toe and I was, whatever it was, 11, and I was like, well, I'll never go shoeless again. I'm never going. I'm not going to risk this immeasurable pain of a hardcore toe stub again.
Okay.
Ever. Shoes always.
Anybody do this when you're eating? Save a bite of your favorite thing for last, like maybe that last bite of mashed potatoes, just to finish on a high note. Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
It has to be my favorite bite. It has to be the last bite.
I start with the things I like the least, and then I work my way around the plate to the best.
You work your way to the favorites.
A habit I'm breaking with food is I have to finish it.
Yeah.
Like that's from not having. I think that's a poor habit, or maybe it's just a problematic.
So you're
habit.
wasting food?
Which is his number one pet
Kids
peeve.
are starving.
I hate wasting food, so if I put it on my plate, even if I'm full, even at a restaurant, sometimes I'll push past the event horizon, where I'm like, I'm getting uncomfortable. It's time to stop, and I'm like, you can house this in 5 more bites though, and I'll push through.
That's a big thing in parenting, like in change, in something that they're trying to make sure that our generation doesn't do like our parents did, is force kids to finish whatever is on their plate.
Yeah.
It's like a big bad thing. It can create all sorts of psychological things, maybe even eating issues.
My wife yells at me for saying to the kids, "Hey, you took it, finish it." It's like, well, you could, if they're not hungry, don't force them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a big thing in the parenting.
I'm like, no, they took it. I don't want to waste it.
Just let them waste the food.
I always guilt them. Like, I could have eaten that for lunch.
Right.
You could still
Well,
take
you
it off my
put it
plate.
in a
Now it's on
box.
your plate.
Yeah, you can still
It's
box
on
it
your
up.
plate.
Too late.
It's too late. Did your fork touch it? It's too late. It's contaminated. Anybody wake up in the middle of the night and not look at the time? Because if you know what time it is, you'll get anxious and not fall back to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I've done that, plenty of times.
Yeah, I try to trick myself into thinking I got like 8 more hours.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's probably good. That probably does good for you.
It helps.
When you meet somebody, you can't swear in front of them until they swear in front of you. But once they
Yeah.
swear, go wild.
Oh, I've never consciously thought about that.
I break that barrier, I think.
Yeah, I do that. I kind of hold my tongue until I know
Really?
that we're good to go.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
It's funny you say that. I dropped a couple 2-3 on somebody that I don't know very well, and I have noticed that they have not responded and reciprocated.
Yeah,
And it has kind of stuck with me, like, oh man, I wonder what they think of me.
yeah.
Oh my
But-
God, I could not care less.
I'm just saying these are little weird little things that I got that I don't know. This one's nice. If I find a penny on the ground and it's not heads up, I do turn it heads up so
You
the
do?
next person can have a little luck. I'll do that.
I used to take it for years, and I broke this habit because I got sick of it. When I saw a penny, I would put it in my shoe. You ever do that?
No.
Penny loafers.
Yeah, I would find a penny, whether it was heads or tails, I would put it in my shoe for the day because I thought that was good luck. And then I started finding penny. I swear to God, every day I was finding pennies, and I said, I'm
Were they
tired
in your
of it.
shoes?
I'm tired of this.
Tired of my socks are wearing out. Feet are getting heavy.
I find a penny in my shoe every morning.
You're so
I'm
rich.
like, yeah,
No, I
you're
found
putting
them-
them there.
No, I found them
Columbus.
somewhere else. But yeah, then I was like, I can't do this. If I'm, I'd see multiple pennies a day. I'm like, I got to break this.
can't
So
afford this.
I broke that years ago.
Clown shoes are only so big. You only hold so many
That's
pennies.
right.
I did that with a car wash. Like when you would put quarters in to wash your car, I'd always leave a quarter for the next person.
Oh, you would.
Oh, that's nice.
If I go to a
very nice.
casino and I'll play the slots, and sometimes the money's not even with the
Yeah.
last, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. So maybe give somebody else a little luck.
Nice.
If you need to retie one shoelace, I cannot not retie the other one.
Yeah.
It does feel uncomfortable.
with you there.
What?
You want them both to be the same tightness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
but
if
you
you
know
don't,
that
you'll end up
that's-
with one shoe that feels too tight and one that's too loose.
But that's an unwinnable fight.
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. Like you're going to tell me that you've tried really hard to make sure that both of them are equal tightness.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
started. Wait. And then you've taken a few steps and still felt like they're equal tightness. It's immediately you notice like, oh man, my left one is looser, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's a
No,
losing
if I have
fight.
to, so let's say that my left shoelace is untied, and I go to tie my left shoelace, I will also retie my right shoelace.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you start walking. You forget about it within a couple steps.
Right.
But if you start walking, you're going to feel that loosey goosey left foot. You know.
If you don't,
Oh man.
I'm tortured.
You know what tortured me, and even the thought of it, like, kind of makes me kind of sick to my stomach a little bit, is when friends would come over and they would take their shoes off, which whatever, and then they would let their socks get all flappy at the end. And
Yeah.
they would-
Oh, yeah.
What's up with that?
I know this
Disgusting.
sounds crazy, but like there's still two people in my mind that I feel like are probably just living horribly disheveled
Yeah.
lives.
I agree.
I know
And,
the type.
like this
yeah.
kid named Matt, he would come over and like his socks were like they would flap over like 3-4 inches and they'd go under and I
They're
was
wearing
like,
dad socks.
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't. How
Were
do
they
you
stretched out?
How do you move?
How are you not annoyed? Like if my socks aren't fitted, I'm not wearing them.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
like it's the most it's the most important piece of thing that's going on me.
I hate that.
And me
I
too.
I haven't thought about that because I buy my little socks, so I don't have to ever deal with this ever again in my life. And I forgot
Yeah,
about the
it's
floppy
sickening.
sock.
What's
It's
wrong with
gross,
you,
dude.
psychopaths?
I mean, just picture it. It's this morning, and you're putting your sock on, and there's like room,
Yeah.
beyond the toe. Would you even consider living the
No, I
next
like to
minute?
Pull those on tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tight. All right, let me ask you guys one last question. And this was a random poll online asked this question.
There's one more thing I do that I want to know if
Go
anyone
ahead,
else
Rafe. Yes,
does.
please. Sorry.
I still put a lot of pressure on wastebasket shots
Okay.
from when I was a kid. Like if I got something coming up that's important,
Oh
Like a
yeah.
wish
okay.
or
yeah,
something?
Yeah. If I
I
make,
get
I make
this-
little mini wishes and
Yeah.
deals with myself
Yes.
where I'm like, all right, you're about 15 feet from the trash can.
Yeah.
This paper, you got about, if I make this, I'm going to get asked to do this show. Or I'm gonna, like, if I make this, they will still have prime rib when we get to creases later.
And if you
so it can be small, sometimes it's a
and
little wish.
what happens if you miss though?
You say that's not true.
That's silly. That's
I tell
dumb.
myself that's not true.
Can't believe that. I thought that was real. Best 2 out of 3.
No
We
better
do.
than that.
Yeah, that's 2 out of 3. That's right. That's right. I do that. You know, I do that too.
Yeah. It's a lot of us won't admit it, but and then when you make it, it feels so good,
Yep.
dude. It feels
I got
so
this.
good when you make it because you're like,
In the bag.
universe, a deal's a deal.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the little wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know if any of the things have come true.
We
I
do
don't
it-
focus on that.
We
Yeah,
do
you
it in
never
this
remember,
room.
huh?
We do it in this room every day with the mini.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do that.
We do a mini
with the
crossword.
puzzle.
on
Under a
here.
minute.
Yeah, and if you do it under a minute, which Rizz hit a minute exactly yesterday, and we all had a debate whether that counts
Whether
if
it
he gets a
did.
wish or not.
And you got to blow on your phone. That was
Yeah.
the other part of it.
All right, one final question before we move on, and I'll go around the room and I'll ask their opinions on this. If you saw a fly in a spider web, would you set it free?
No empathy for the spider.
If you saw, this was a random question that somebody asked online. If you saw a fly on a spider web, would you set it free?
And it's moving around. Yeah, I would.
Really? A fly?
Yeah.
It's finally stuck somewhere.
I have the bug guilt all the time where like I try not to kill them. And I know this is annoying, but I really do. Like I'm so afraid of spiders, but I'll find a way to get them outside.
I have the bug assault gun,
I know.
which you fill it with salt and I assassinate those things.
Oh my.
You and me, dude. I've rescued, I don't know, 111
So if you saw-
stink bugs
if-
this year already.
If you saw a fly in a spider web, you would rescue it as well?
No, maybe not a fly and a spider. I've like learned about to love spiders a bit more recently, and I don't know. I kind of find it fascinating. Although,
if it's a bee, like a honeybee, I'd get
yeah,
that free.
bee for sure.
I'd
No,
free
this
that.
is you bullying the spider and taking its lunch.
Well,
Yeah.
we can take that up later outside.
I like to
So-
lean into the web and whisper,
What?
Dude, we had
the
that.
line, brother.
Don't you remember?
Somebody got
Nature is a cruel game.
Remember a couple years ago
Survival of the fittest.
we had the orb weaver on
And then
our.
I tap it
and
to
I
let
was
the spider know it's dinner time.
Yeah, like a doorbell. Ding, ding, ding. I was sending you pictures a couple years ago of this orb weaver that was on our deck. It was fascinating.
It's so cool how they
like a pet.
every morning they take it down, they rebuild it at nighttime, and
Yeah,
they take
it's
it.
Clive, is you saving the fly?
I try not to. I'm a bug man. I'm a bug saver. I like bugs, but in general, I try not to interfere with Mother Nature. You know, I mean, I think I would leave it for the spider. Is the answer?
Yeah, I mean, if you're out on a safari and you see a lion take something down, and you've got a moment,
Go rescue it.
are you going to try to rescue it? No, man, you're going to sit there and take pictures.
Yeah, but
Not me.
There's a difference between, helping out an animal that's going to be that a lion is going to pounce on than a spider.
We're an animalists.
If I see a kid getting shoved in a locker, I'll help him out.
It depends on the animal.
Wait, a dork?
It depends on the animal.
Scott, are you saving the fly, Scott?
Dork.
No, flies, they get to go with where all
heaven.
good flies go. But if it's a bee, the only one I would save is a honeybee. Outside of that, sorry, I want that spider. Because I like spiders to get rid of my bugs.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
I keep spiders.
That's their rent.
Spiders are good.
I'm with
bee's gonna
Clownvis,
sting you.
dude. Like if I find a dorky kid in my house, I put a cup over him and I scoot him outside.
I don't know. I'm kind of a conundrum
let him
over
go back
here
to his
because,
habitat.
like, I would save the fly out of the web, but then, like, literally last night, I'm in the bathroom and I see a spider crawling on the ground, and I was like, Bear, which is Clover's nickname, and I snap and I point, and she's really good at knowing what that means, and she came over and ate the damn thing, and that to me is like her rent payment.
There you go.
So I'm kind of wishy-washy about it. If the cats are in the room, they eat the bug. That's cool.
If I really
but-
think about this, to do this, you got to be brave enough to touch the spider's web, and I'm not.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you're gonna get eaten.
involved.
It definitely depends on the animal. Think about this, because we found a giant snake yesterday. What if you saw a snake like wrapped up around? It was taking down an eagle or something, right? You're gonna run out there and try to save the eagle.
Oh, of
but if it's an
course.
eagle
That's
taking
like
down the
saving
snake,
America.
but if it's an eagle eating a snake, you can be like, yeah, there you
it's
go.
killing the devil.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
nope ropes.
it all
He's
depends on the
making a belt.
animal.
Right.
It does, and let's be real. Flies might even be more disliked than spiders.
Plus, if the off chance there's a spider takeover, don't you want them to have records of you not interfering?
Exactly. Spider ain't fooling
cool.
with my
Let's just do our
food.
thing.
If there was a spider-fly war and you had to take a side, which side would you
Probably
not want?
the side of the spider.
Yeah, we're Team Spider.
Spider
And I
ain't-
hate spiders.
You're gonna
Spider
get,
ain't
if you're
fooling with
gonna
my food.
in movies we've seen, if you're gonna be bit by a spider and become Spider-Man or become Jeff Goldblum in The Fly, no, thank you.
Yeah, please, Spider-Man.
I'm full Spider-Man all the way.
Yeah. Well, what do you think America said?
No.
Leave it alone.
If
Nobody
you
wants
saw
to
a
touch
fly
the
in a
web.
spider web, would you set it free? And what is it? It's obviously no.
Sorry, fly.
You know who I feel bad for?
97%, by the way, said.
Whoa, that's a big number.
We get ants every year, and I always feel bad about that because they're just little hardworking, industrious fellas
Me
and
too.
chicks, but they just won't stay the hell out of the house.
You gotta
They just
use-
won't. Once I leave a peanut butter spoon out or something, I'm like, oh, they've found a little hidden treasure.
Do you use those liquid ant baits?
My landlord sends a guy over, but I'm always like, oh man, I hate that I feel bad for ants because they're at work. No one wants to die at work. You know what I mean? I don't want to die here.
I do, so I can haunt it.
Nobody's got. Yeah, ants don't have a chance to retire.
Yeah, they're just.
They work to death.
Yeah, they die. They're going to die at work. They're already at work. Like, don't make it worse for them.
Don't you
When
kind of
they
look
come
at your
out-
house
when they
as the
start
fort,
coming in
though?
like that, you realize that they are never ending. I mean,
They
we
are
could,
really
we
never
could-
ending.
and that's like it makes you realize the whole ground is just full of number of
How many ants
too
do we
many
got?
ants.
How many ants we got?
Oh my
I only
lord,
have
more
like
than
5 or
stars.
6.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
could kill them all for forever, and they would still outnumber us.
And every time it rains, they're in my house.
Yeah.
Back in my
Yeah.
house.
But don't you see your house
Plays
as
on
a
the computer.
fort
How much-
and you want to
how
get
many
rid of the
ants are
enemy?
Holy moly, an estimated 20 quadrillion ants on Earth. Roughly
Holy
2.5
crow.
million ants per human.
Yeah, you know.
6%
According to
of
the
them are
last
at my
census.
house right now.
We're over here worrying about the spider and the fly, and we've taken our eyes off the ants.
20 quadrillion. Wow.
That's a lot of ants, man.
Dude.
You can kill a few thousand.
Could
man.
you
Don't
fight
feel bad.
2.5 million ants? Because that's your job as a human. If they ever turn on us, they ever become ant-aware, self-aware ants, you got to be able to kill 2.5 million ants before you get taken out.
What would you
Can
do?
everyone on this planet hold their weight
Can they swim?
in
Can I,
ants?
Could I just
Ants
jump,
swim? I think
jump in
so.
a pool?
Okay, so The combined weight of all the ants on Earth is 12 million metric tons.
I can't kill ants because I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and whenever he has the pet ant,
Those little red ants, yeah.
so cute.
Those are pretty cute.
So the amount of ants on this
I watched
Earth
A Bug's Life.
weighs around 3,300 Empire State Buildings.
Jeez.
I do feel bad because we have sugar ants and they're everywhere. And like when you see
Get 'em
one
outta
random
here.
and it's like over by the pantry or something, you just go squish and you go, oh, I always feel terrible.
Nah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do with you?
Yeah,
Those are
gotta-
little points adding up into your lifetime. I feel like it takes a millisecond off your life.
Now,
When
you got to get one of those bug assault guns.
No, I'm not.
Those
gonna
are
do
Then it
fun.
doesn't count.
Take out those ants one by one
Yeah.
grain of salt at a time.
I don't like you playing ping pong with the carpenter bees. Okay,
No, listen, I'm not shooting bees. I'm shooting flies that are in the house.
my cats deal with all that. That really is how they pay their rent. So it's fine.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. But first... No, all right, fine. We'll do traffic and weather first, then we'll do
Okay.
the Team Rizz Member of the Day,
All right.
okay?
Fine.
We'll do things a little different today, okay?
Yeah, because it's Friday.
Because it's Friday.
It was
and
on
it's-
purpose.
Right. Completely on purpose. And in no way did I forget to put the Team Rizz Member of the Day thing in there. Oh, what do you know? Today's Team Rizz
Hey.
Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Louis, Jordan Hampton is Team Rizz Member of the Day. Jordan loves Moon's hippie mentality, King Scott's one-liners that don't get noticed enough. She says, I hear you, Scott.
Well, they get
Hey,
noticed.
Love it.
Learns no BS talking woman.
Thanks.
Her no BS talking woman viewpoint on things, which inspires her to be herself.
Aw.
Rafe's compassion for his fellow human, impeccable comedic timing, and my ability to find something to complain about in every situation. She says it's impressive, really. Well, congratulations. Jordan Hampton from St. Louis is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Gets a super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right. We're making it through. Learn what you got.
Kid Cudi has entered the Diddy chat. We'll find an update out about that. Plane crash impacts the music industry. Really sad news. Good on you, Evolution Fest. And the best, I want you guys to think about this. We have a list. The best action movie franchises of all time. I have a top 50. Consequence of Sound did it, but I'm going to just focus on the top 10.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And think about this. I got a list here. The fastest selling albums in America of all time. So first week sales. Do you think you could give me the top 5
Of all genres?
of all the top
album name.
5 fastest selling albums of all time?
Okay.
So first week sales. We'll chop it up next. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line is, what's that number? 314-649-DUMB. Webcams, RizzShow1057thepoint.com, or send us an email. And you got the Point mobile app. A whole bunch of ways to get in touch with us. Friday Fail Stories on the way. Rafe's in memoriam. We'll give away some prizes. I think we have a couple pairs of tickets left to the sold-out Ice 9 Kills show. We got Static X tickets. We got Sesanta Tour tickets. We got Mammoth tickets. We got Clownvis in the studio.
Yeah, baby.
At the Punk Rock
Flea Market.
Flea Market. That's right. The Punk Rock Flea Market.
You can see all the vendors and food and bands. punkrockfleamarket.com.
Yeah.
Did you just make up a website?
No, it's like it's a acronym, so it's like St. Louis punkrockfleamarket.com.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
All right, today is May the 23rd, back of the day, 240 years ago in 1785. Old Ben Franklin wrote a letter describing his newest invention, bifocals. Ben said it would now be unnecessary for people to carry 2 pairs of spectacles. 91 years ago in 1934, bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde shot to death by Texas and Louisiana state troopers near Gippsland, Louisiana. Clyde Barrow shot 27 times. Bonnie Parker shot 50 times. They killed 13 people during their 27-month bank robbing spree. 46 years ago, 1979, Kiss releases their Dynasty album featuring I Was Made for Loving You. 41 years ago, 1984, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was released. 26 years ago, 1999, WWF star Owen Hart falls to his death during a pay-per-view event called Over the Edge. He was being lowered into the ring from the ceiling of the Kemper Arena in Kansas City but his harness failed. He fell 80 feet, hitting a turnbuckle face first.
Gosh.
Man.
25 years ago, in the year 2000, Billy Corgan announces that the Smashing Pumpkins will break up at the end of the year, saying they are tired of, quote, fighting the good fight against the Britneys of the world. That same day, Eminem releases the Marshall Mathers LP. 20 years ago, in 2005, Tom Cruise famously jumps around on Oprah's couch, proclaiming his love for Katie Holmes. 9 years ago, in 2016, Amber Heard files for divorce from Johnny Depp, and that was the last we ever heard of them.
Yeah, right.
And 8 years ago, in 2017, Roger Moore dies of cancer at the age of 89. He played James Bond in 7 movies. All right, so today, 25 years ago, Eminem puts out the Marshall Mathers LP. First week of sales, 1.76 million copies.
Wow.
So for 7 days, the Marshall Mathers LP, first week, 1.76 million copies of that record sold. So that is good for the 5th best of all time.
Wow.
Do you guys think you could name the fastest selling albums of all time?
Yeah, because these aren't necessarily the biggest, but maybe the most anticipated.
So
they-
sold the most
fastest.
copies first week. I will tell you, the number one record in the first week on sale sold 3,378,000 copies.
Thriller?
No.
I think
not
it's who
even-
we think it is, right?
Not
It's-
even in the top 20.
Is it newer?
Really?
Is it someone who likes cats?
It's got to be somebody before the death of CDs and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
we're talking early 2000s. And think pop group. My first guess is NSYNC, that second record, because it had the Bye
No
Bye Bye
Strings
video.
Attached.
No Strings
Yes.
Attached. That's number 2.
So Britney, maybe?
NSYNC's No Strings Attached came out in the year 2000, sold 2.416 million copies first week.
Give us the genre of the first.
It is, this record came out in 2015.
2015.
Oh, wow.
She likes cats.
In 2015. It is
Taylor
not
Swift?
Taylor Swift.
Is it, is it Beyonce?
Beyonce.
No.
Is it Adele?
Lady Gaga.
In fact, Beyonce does not have a top-selling
Is it
album.
the Adele record with Hello?
It is Adele's 25.
I remember that
Sold
being enormous.
3,378,000 copies.
Wow.
That was worldwide because it did so well in England and Europe and
This
U.S.
is only
and
U.S.
Australia.
sales.
Oh, really?
Only U.S.
I
sales.
wonder what it was with England, too.
This is only U.S. sales.
That's awesome.
Interesting. Are there any classic rock albums on this list?
Taylor Swift's the Tortured Poets Department in 2024 sold 1,914,000 copies. NSYNC's Celebrity is 4th.
Whoa.
So you're talking classic rock? 0 classic rock on here.
Well, then I
Garth
out.
Brooks's Double Live
Wow, yeah.
in 1998 sold 1,095,000 copies. Good for number 19.
And that was the one that was only at Walmart, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I think he had an exclusive deal with Walmart when that rolled out. And
Limp
so that
Bizkit.
also
Limp
made it more
Bizkit's got a
impressive.
record on here.
Pardon?
Chocolate Starfish from
Wow.
Limp Bizkit.
Oh, God.
1,055,000 copies.
Significant Other I would understand, but Chocolate Starfish, really? What are we doing?
Well, Significant Other's the one that made them famous,
Sure.
really. So that wouldn't be
Dude,
wouldn't be it. This was the follow-up to that. They were already huge.
And they had such a marketing machine behind them, but I wonder what their second week of sales is. Because every one of us that wanted a Limp Bizkit record got it the first week. You know what I mean? I wonder what
Yeah.
that 200,000 next week.
And then we got that album. We're like, all right, we're done buying
right, we
albums.
got it.
Significant Other. So Limp
here.
Bizkit's Significant Other had Nookie on it and had break stuff. So that made them really famous. And this
Sure.
was the follow-up to that. This is the one with Rollin'.
This is after they had the Mission Impossible Take a Look Around single.
Oh, really?
That was a
Yeah.
good song.
This is the one with
Is it?
Roland on it?
Because
This
that
is-
came out
Chocolate
after.
Starfish had Rollin'.
Oh, yeah.
After,
Because doesn't it start
Chocolate
with
Chocolate Starfish. Keep on rolling, baby.
That's a good impression.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Take a Look Around came out in 2000. What? So Mission. Yeah.
2000.
All right. So this same thing.
Right around the time.
Man, they were on top of the world. dude.
Backstreet Boys, Black
Crazy.
and Blue, 1.591 million. Eminem's Encore. Eminem's got a ton of these on this list. Marshall Mathers LP, Encore, Eminem Show.
They were not missing, dude. I'm thinking of Limp Bizkit. Those first 4 records, they were not missing.
Most of these are all pop. 50 Cent, The Massacre, sold 1,141,000.
First 3 records.
Lady Gaga, Backstreet Boys, Garth Brooks, Drake.
Which Lady Gaga record? Monster? No.
Lady Gaga's Born This Way.
Born This Way, yes. Great record.
2011's Born This Way, 1,108,000 copies first week on sale.
Her new record's pretty damn good, too.
It definitely has an older flair to it, like some of their older stuff.
How about Norah Jones on this list? Number 23, 2004's Feels Like Home.
She had that big coffee on her side,
1,022,000 copies.
Every coffee shop in America was
Had a
playing
Norah Jones record.
That's back when Starbucks sold CDs
I know.
there.
And I'm sure that helped.
It did.
All right, that's what happened back in the day. Yeah, pop music sells, guys. And
Wild.
Eminem. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we talked at the beginning of this week about the Diddy case, which has been ongoing. It's in its second week, and I haven't really had much of an update, but now we have another celebrity kind of in the news with it. So the Diddy sex trafficking trial had a star witness yesterday, rapper Kid Cudi. So Cudi and Cassie were romantically involved in 2011 through 2012.
This stuff is wild here. Kid Cudi's a pretty big artist.
Yeah, he's like underground.
I'm not really familiar. I know some people that are big fans of Kid Cudi. I couldn't tell you a Kid Cudi anything.
I listened to Kid Cudi in college, 2006. I feel like that he kind of peaked there, but he was underground, like underground hip hop, I would say. More mainstream now for sure. So he and Cassie were romantically involved for a year whenever Diddy and Cassie were on a break. And Cassie's mother, Regina Ventura, testified earlier in the week that Diddy had become extremely jealous of Kid Cudi and had even threatened to release some sex tapes that somehow involved him and Cassie. So the rapper told jurors that he was told that Diddy broke into his home, that he believes that the mogul had his Porsche firebombed.
Yeah, a Molotov cocktail thrown in the sunroof of his Porsche.
Cudi said that he and Cassie stopped seeing each other because of the violent threats from Diddy. And he got a phone call from her saying one time that Diddy had learned of their affair. And he says, I was confused, but she asked me to pick her up. She sounded really stressed on the phone, very nervous, so I went to get her. Not long after, Cudi said one of Diddy's assistants called him to say that the mogul had broken into his home. He drove there, but he was too late to find Diddy, though he did find signs of an intruder. Then in January of 2012, Cudi said that he received a call from his dog walker that his car was on fire. So he arrived to the car's interior being burned with a Molotov cocktail nearby, and he thinks that Diddy ordered it, but defense attorneys objected that statement and was striked from the record because it's assumption. Like there was no evidence to say at the time that it was in fact Diddy. So court is adjourned until next Tuesday, but just more deeply wild stuff from just how crazy this all is with Diddy. Music industry veteran and sound talent group co-founder Dave Shapiro was tragically killed in a small plane crash in San Diego in a neighborhood, along with Daniel Williams, who was the former drummer of The Devil Wears Prada. So I saw this headline yesterday that a small plane had crashed in San Diego, and unfortunately it's become so common that planes are going down randomly that I was like, you don't think it's...
This is a private jet.
Private jet, but then it comes to find out that it was being flown by Dave Shapiro. He has his pilot's license.
Oh, so he was flying it himself.
Yes.
Ooh.
And so this was a long flight. They took off from New Jersey's, is it Teterboro Airport?
Yeah.
They took off last night. The crash took place around 4 a.m. local time, multiple neighborhoods.
Teterboro is just across the Hudson. It's where the rich people come in and out of New York City. There's no airport in New York City.
They stopped for fuel. I think they went down they stopped in Kansas or someplace, halfway through. And took a break and then finished out. But is there any information about what caused this? What happened?
So
this happened yesterday. I guess that'll be a while till the NTSB.
I guess so. But I heard.
So they struck power lines 2 miles southwest of the airport before it hit a house.
2 miles. Because I had read that there was a call. They've got the audio from the call from them down to air traffic control, and surely that has some clues. Clues, right? Yeah.
And this guy, Dave Shapiro guy, he's responsible for quite Hanson, Sum 41, a bunch of big, very successful bands. This guy managed or was responsible for finding. It's a tragedy.
Well, I saw a couple of my friends and Moon people that in the music industry that knew this guy. I mean, it's just really sad. So hate that planes are going down. Please make it stop. My God. Evolution Festival donating proceeds from Chair Pass to victims of the St. Louis tornado. That's a headline this weekend. So Evolution Fest is going to donate proceeds to the victims. So this is really great. If you are possibly wanting to go to Evolution Fest, go to their website. Proceeds from buying a ticket will help tornado victims in the area. And there's so many places around town that are stepping up to help out. So it's impossible to not donate somehow with everything that's going on.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, you're donating.
You're donating.
I know this weekend over at the Schlafly Tap Room during Moon's event, every beer sold tomorrow, $1 will go to tornado relief. And we still got that running list up on our socials.
Yeah.
That Google Doc on how to help.
How to volunteer,
how to
donate.
volunteer, anything you could do.
So the Chair Pass gives attendees a chance to bring your own lawn chair into the festival grounds. So if that is of interest to you, you want to help out the victims of the tornado, maybe this is your reason to buy an Evolution Festival ticket. Kim Kardashian has completed the California's Law Office Study Program after 6 years of studying. So this is making her eligible to sit in for the state bar exam. Now, earlier in the year, I read that she passed the bar exam and it was my fault. It was the baby bar. So she hasn't actually passed the big
She's not a lawyer
bar.
yet.
She's not a lawyer yet.
That's what we need, another lawyer. Am I right?
But you know what? I mean, she's
more lawyers.
This is pretty cool. I mean, I like that she's using her privilege for some good. She's helped a lot of people get out of the prison system. And over the course of this program, Kim Kardashian has dedicated 18 hours a week, 48 weeks a year for 6 straight years. So that is a total of 5,184 hours of legal study. She's following in her dad's footsteps.
Right.
Good
You know,
for her.
helping innocent people like OJ.
Like OJ.
You know, that family legacy of helping the downtrodden.
Right.
I would love to.
I would love to.
Aaron Paul, you guys, he loves music so much that he hits up bands' tour managers to arrange his own private concerts in his living room. On the latest episode of the interview show Hot Ones, he said that he's been doing these low-key shows for over a decade, and here he is talking about why he loves it so much.
We've been doing these shows for north of a decade. But the last one, actually one of my favorite bands, Cigarettes After Sex. No one has phones or cameras. Everyone's just in the moment. And honestly, like 90% of the time, people say, yeah, I'm down.
What the band is called Cigarettes After Sex?
Yeah, it's really good.
So like post-sex nachos?
Kind of like that, yeah.
Wow.
I learned about Cigarettes After Sex from Frances Bean Cobain. She posted a song of theirs. It's kind of like dreamy goth music. I'm into
Cigarettes
it.
After Sex. That's
That's what I want in my living room.
Super into it.
what a great name. And by the way, I don't know if you have this story, but
All American Rejects?
yeah,
I saw some footage from that house party.
so they're doing house parties now. All American Rejects. I think you could go
Book
to their
'em.
website
That's a
and book
pretty
them
cool
for a house.
move. Yeah, that's a pretty cool.
I saw the
move.
one in Columbia.
It looked, Rolling Stone posted photos from last night's house party with the All American Rejects. It looked like a damn good time.
It looks awesome. Like people
kegs.
hanging off the roof.
Yeah,
It's like Almost Famous.
I mean,
like Almost Famous. Yeah.
And what is so cool is that, you're trying to find a way to stay making money from music and everything, and they figured out this whole new way of getting themselves on social media. Like, they're dominating social media right now.
They were just here. They were just here at the factory, and now they're at people's homes.
And
Well,
it's
I
genius
love it.
because it's content. But what I'm curious of, because I never really see any of the footage from the crowds at colleges, do they know the
I
All
thought
American
I had
Reject
that- I had
songs?
that same
Because
thought.
I mean, we know them because they had hits throughout the 2000s. And
Do they have any TikTok songs?
Well, the
or-
one in Columbia, you see the crowd, they're all like screaming and singing all the words with them. So I
are
don't
they
know.
okay? I hadn't seen that. I've only seen footage of the band.
There was a lot of young people at that show at the factory. Like a
Sweet.
lot of people our age, but
Great.
then a lot of
yeah,
younger people, too.
I'm asking. I'm not surmising. I'm
Yeah, that
like,
college
I
show.
don't know.
It looked like it was on like Fraternity Row or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it looked awesome.
I love it. I want more bands to do this.
Me too.
That's
Can you
the
imagine if
perfect band, too, for
Pantera
this.
started doing house parties?
Yeah. Imagine if a good band did it.
Right.
Yikes.
Whoa!
That would be
Shots
fun.
fired. Yikes.
From the clown. His gun sounds like a snare drum.
Yeah.
Oh, All American Rejects just unfollowed Columbus.
The
What did I do?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is a clowny gun, dude. Tack, honk.
I know it's Memorial Day weekend. I think I'm going to hit my weekend off with a little crying on my couch tonight.
Let's go.
Because the Pee-wee as himself is out today on HBO.
Okay, and I saw this is coming out today, and I go, I don't need this today. Like, I want to go
Oh,
into
I
the
do.
weekend.
I'm taking
happy.
Tim out to dinner tonight, and then we're going to get home by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to be immediately crying about Pee Wee Herman on my couch until like 11 p.m. So that's where I'm going to be tonight. So this HBO documentary is out
Lucky
today.
Tim.
I know. He's pretty jacked. Tim's in hell. So anyway,
Dinner and Pee-wee.
listen. So Paul Rubens explains how he came up with the name Pee Wee Herman. So spoiler alert, here we go. He says, I had a little tiny harmonica that said Pee Wee on it. And I knew this kid who, when I was little, whenever I was crazy, really loud, this nutty kid, and his name was Herman. So Rubens talks about combining the two. So Pee Wee from the little tiny harmonica necklace, and then this wild kid that he knew whose last name was Herman. And so that is how Pee Wee Herman came to be.
He got his name.
And I'm excited to cry later at Pee Wee as himself, which is on HBO.
You think it's going to be
Max now.
sad? I don't know.
I do, because he was filming this before he knew he was going to die.
You can't make that stuff and put it on TV without some sadness. I mean, come on, you know what they're pulling. You know
like
how these editors are.
The Val Kilmer documentary.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be like that.
They're trying to hit
Val
you hard.
Kilmer one
Only Val was still alive.
gutted me.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of movies.
But the saddest one, by the way, if you want to watch a real sad one,
Okay.
watch the Gene Wilder
Oh, I
documentary. Oh, did you see? Have you seen that one, Moon?
No, I think I've intentionally steered.
Oh,
You're crying
that
twice,
one,
dude. You're crying about Gilda Radner and Gene Wilder.
dude. And you realize what a treasure that man was,
Right.
Yeah.
and how I didn't appreciate him like as much as I should have. And that's on me.
It's on you.
What are you going to do about that?
I can't do anything about it now.
You
He's
should
passed.
appreciate the people that are around you
Maybe I should.
Well,
I'm not gonna.
before they've got
I'm
documentaries.
not gonna.
Yeah, or documentaries coming for us all.
Guys, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is in theaters. The live-action Lilo and Stitch is also in theaters. They both are getting rave reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. This is the 8th installment of Mission Impossible, and this will be the actual live action of Lilo and Stitch out.
He said he's going to keep making these movies.
Lilo?
No, Tom. Well, yes, Lilo.
Lilo definitely.
Tom Cruise said he's going to keep making these things. This is not the final one, right?
Well, it says The Final Reckoning. I think it is. Maybe there'll be a new action
A new
series.
reckoning.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, isn't a new Final Destination in theaters this weekend too?
I think it came out last
it?
weekend,
Is it
right?
really? I don't know anything about that.
My God, what number is that?
Or is
It came out last week.
Last weekend.
And
Okay.
it did really good.
Guys, Tom Cruise is going viral not because of Final Reckoning being out in theaters this weekend, but rather how he eats popcorn. And I got to say,
I saw this.
he was on Pat McAfee's show on Wednesday talking about this, and I looked at the video. He's eating popcorn like a normal person. We're trying to find things wrong with Tom.
No, it's
He's
violent.
like throwing it in his mouth.
He's eating it violently.
That's how I eat it. Am I
You
violent?
throw it in your mouth?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Am I
but not like
violent?
that.
Yes, you are.
I do
How
too.
do you
but-
guys eat
but,
it?
But not like that. He cruised it. He was cruising it for sure.
And
He's chucking it in there
And
like
he's-
he's got
he's-
a problem.
and
he's
doing
rolling the
circles.
dice too. He's rolling
Playing
the
the
dice.
dice too much.
Yeah, and he's like doing it circularly. He's got this like rotation to it.
It was
he's
one of
an
the
alien.
first
Do you know the
things-
kids make fun of older people how they eat nuts? They always like.
Yeah, careful.
I know.
Peanuts.
Yeah, like peanuts.
Yeah,
You know, like
You got to roll them like
Yeah,
like
like
you're playing
it's-
craps.
Well, you are kind of rolling the dice.
I got some nuts right here. I'll show you how he was doing it.
All right, yeah, let's eat some nuts.
All right,
Here we
watch,
go.
watch, watch. He was like this.
Rattling them around. Okay,
He probably only had like
you're gonna cruise
4
him?
kernels in there, and he's
nuts
like
in
you
your
said,
mouth, bud.
he's rolling
He's
the
rolling-
dice,
he's
Uh-huh.
playing
and then
crap.
he goes
I like it.
I mean, it's
as if he's saying every time.
He was hungry hippo. And it
Yes,
was,
he
yeah,
was.
that's a good way to say it.
It is
yeah.
a weird way. Like,
but it wasn't that wild. I agree. I watched it.
that
I was
wild.
expecting to see like an alien trying to conform to
Same.
our ways.
with like another mouth comes out of his
Yeah.
mouth.
Stop trying to make things wrong with him. There's enough wrong
A little
with
tiny
him.
Tom Cruise came out like jumping on a couch on his tongue and ate the thing and it came back into his mouth. Like, whoa!
Now that's cool. Well, here's Tom talking to Pat about eating popcorn because you people are weird. Let's go.
Okay.
I've never seen anybody eat popcorn like this. Are you actually eating popcorn or are you full of right here, TC? I gotta know.
Man, I'm eating popcorn. But they know when I'm going to these movies that I'm watching, I'm eating popcorn.
Okay.
It's also he's throwing them in his mouth, and some are missing, and some are going on the floor.
Right. Well, that's all right. That's just normal.
He's just promoting movies.
You ever
man.
see me eat nuts over here? There's nuts all over this floor.
This guy is Mr. Hollywood. They're paying him to
You
promote
okay?
What happened to the
Gave
music?
Rizz a stroke.
like his mission now. His Mission Impossible now is to make sure the movie business
Pure
stays
normal.
alive as long as he's alive.
Yeah.
That's his thing. And like, I mean, listen to him. When he's answering the question, it didn't matter what this guy said to him. He's going to say, I'm going to the movies and I'm eating popcorn.
This is
the
big popcorn that they're playing us.
Well,
on. I
and
think
it is big popcorn, Kalanovis, you're right about that, because they have that special popcorn bucket for the Mission Impossible movie.
yeah, he's just here to sell.
I
man.
know, and it's like
He's here to
$40.
sell.
and
He's
it has
Mr.
2 keys.
Hollywood.
Comes down from the
smart.
ceiling and stops just short of the floor, and then you eat it, and it slowly goes away from you.
And what are we all talking about? We're talking about going to the movies, eating popcorn, buying things, and seeing his
He
movies.
is Mr. Movies. Remember, he wouldn't put Top Gun out on a streamer.
Mr. Movie, Mr.
He was
Hollywood.
like, you need to, I'm not putting this out on a streamer first.
Guys
that
are
was during
freaking-
COVID, too.
Got to go through popcorn to see this movie.
Dude's a freaking genius. I would not be surprised if I found out that every single movie on Earth being made from here on out pays him 1%.
Possibly.
Just to promote movies.
I gotta say this too, and Tom Cruise is looking good. I loved him back in the Cocktail days and Risky Business. I was in love with him.
I think he's got fake hair.
And there's been so much wrong lately. But I was watching this Pat McAfee show, and I said to myself, dude's looking okay. And
Can you pull up a picture of Tom Cruise now? Like Tom Cruise.
He's
He
got
doesn't have
shag
any
hair.
thetans in his body. So.
Yeah, boys, living
Of
clear.
course he looks great.
Living
The rest
clear.
of us got all these freaking thetans floating around inside
Full
us.
of aliens, man.
There's something with his hair.
he looks fine.
Looks real to me.
Still real to me,
I
damn
think
it.
everybody wants to have more stuff wrong
There's
with
something
him.
going
and there's
on.
Not.
There's something going on there.
He's just the last movie star, and we all want to kill him. We all want to.
I don't want to kill him. I love Tom Cruise.
You can
I
call
love
me
Tom
Simp
Cruise movies.
because I am. And maybe it's the Steve Templeton. Like,
kinda
I got a
get-
soft heart for Steve, and like he
yeah.
looks so much like him. I don't know, but
I mean,
Tom Cruise is looking good.
He can't eat. No one wants to see him eat popcorn the way I eat popcorn. Like I hold it exactly like him, only I do like I just scoop it into my mouth.
Dribble
like,
it down your chin.
It's like no one wants to
Like a
see
savage.
Nobody wants to see hot Tom Cruise just like unlock his jaw like a snake and shovel popcorn into his face the way
Like
the rest of us do
Anaconda.
in the dark.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know.
he's eating
Something's up
John
there with
Voight.
his. Something's up. Something's up, and I don't like it.
He is like an alien. Like, it is kind of like an alien. He's like, this is how humans eat popcorn. Ding, 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 and just bounce it off his forehead. Ding, 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 ding. Guidance system off. Ding, 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 ding.
He's one of those guys that anything that comes out about him ain't surprising.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, anything.
No, there's not, and there's not much.
If it came out that he was Mr. Men in Black, like he is from some other planet or something like this,
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
We'd
I
all
read
go, yeah.
I can't
told you.
remember what publication, but I read an article a long time ago about he is the last living movie star we'll ever have.
For sure.
Because he's the only one that's still like
Mysterious.
keeps himself mysterious, kind of keeps himself guarded, doesn't let very controlled of his image.
Well, and then, when he was kind of letting stuff out, like today is the anniversary of the couch jump, we're like, no, we don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
We don't want to know
Dial it
anything.
back, Tom.
Look at-
Hold on, watch,
There he is,
ready?
eating
And
popcorn.
imagine the sound.
so good.
Watch it. Hump.
But it's almost like everything's exaggerated.
You guys are morons.
It's like he's faking
Morons.
eating it.
Yeah, you guys, look at how handsome he looks, and he's just eating popcorn.
There's
you guys
nothing-
are out
It's
of
an
your
exaggerate.
minds.
Like he's
This is reality TV.
I don't think-
Mr. Tom Cruise is reality TV. He's the realest reality TV we've ever had.
Also, that outfit on a dude is great.
He is weird. He is eating it weird.
Hey, and
I
I know,
disagree
and I know they never
entirely.
show his
Just
feet.
dropping it everywhere.
I know
But he's
they
still
never show his feet
chewing,
'cause he's
so
so
he's
short.
acting.
He's overly chewing. That's how you. That's how you,
He's overacting.
Yeah, I don't think there's any popcorn in the mouth.
What?
What?
Yeah, I don't think.
These are stunt popcorns?
Well, look at this. Look at his mouth.
I think he's
don't
faking
there's
it.
anything there,
Yeah, he's putting it back.
Especially that second one.
He's
There's
putting it
nothing-
back in there.
He hasn't had a carb since the 90s.
Yeah, that's a
man.
good
He's
point.
probably-
He's not
his body
eating.
might go into shock.
He's
if he
dropping them
swallows
out of his hand like Cookie Monster.
If he
They're
was
not
looking
going
at
in
me
his
not
eating
eating-
popcorn
You
like
don't see
that, I would
popcorn
be
go in his
aroused.
mouth. He's just he's palming them.
Yeah, dude, he's not doing it. He's
he's
palming
It's
it.
called
Cookie
acting,
Monster.
guys. He's an actor.
He's the greatest actor.
the greatest actor
He
of
is.
all time.
Did we just witness the greatest acting of all time?
guess
He really
so.
did. And look, he acted and then got all the heat for it anyway.
Dude, he was in his dressing room and someone's like, "Here's your popcorn, Mr. Cruz." He goes, "This isn't popcorn. It's a performance."
Oh, my.
Yeah, everything is a performance for this dude.
All right, listen, I need you guys to have your brains screwed on tight
Too
right
late.
now. This is
Good.
I'm one woman in a room full of men, and you better get every damn movie on this list.
Okay, and we will.
Because it's action movie franchises, the best of all time. There is a top 10. Consequence of Sound put it out. So spies, superheroes, robots, monsters, soldiers, warriors, apes, turtles, and more.
Let's not start yelling them out. Let's just go around the room and you name one.
I will call on you.
Okay, God.
I will start with King Scott. King Scott, give me one of the best action franchise movies of all time.
Let's go with.
So franchises.
Franchises.
Let's do the James Bond franchise.
The James Bond is the number one on
Yeah.
this list. 27 of them
That
began
is
in
wrong.
1962.
I don't think I've ever seen a James Bond movie.
Oh, really? The new ones with Daniel
Some of
Craig
them are
are
great.
good.
Yeah, they're really well
Some of them
done.
are great.
I've seen Austin Powers.
Yeah, it's almost.
Let's see if you
Something
can
different.
keep it going here. Rafe Williams, give me one of the best action movie franchises of all time. Top 10.
I would say. I mean, does Star Wars count?
Yes.
It does count, and it's
100%.
number 6 on this list.
Number 6.
Beginning in beginning in
That's action.
1977, 12 of them completed.
Okay.
Number 6. All right, Clownvis Presley.
Show me the Expendables.
The Expendables, not in the top 10.
Darn it.
That's not a bad guess.
Show me Spy Kids.
All right, Moon Valjean.
Star Wars was going to be my first one, so I'm going to go to number 2, and that is Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, number 7, began in 1981, has 5 in the franchise.
How
No.
can that be not top 5?
There's one on here that's going to hurt to say. I'll go for it.
I'm excited for
You're
you.
gonna say? I'll say it. It's
Scott
gonna be
Daniel
Fast and
Rizzuto.
Furious.
Yeah.
Not top 10.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Whoa.
That actually makes me feel
I just wasted a guess.
You did. So that sucks.
I'm sorry, man.
Back to you, King. Give me another one.
We haven't said the Wick one yet, right?
John Wick,
Wick.
5 in that series, started in 2014. Very good. That's number 9 on the list.
I
Great.
love those movies.
Well, maybe you should have guessed that.
Well, I took one for the team and just took Fast and Furious off the table.
Well, stop taking things for the team and think of yourself.
Sorry, man. Do you want my
Here we
guess?
go.
No,
Go.
no,
my
go
guess.
ahead. Go ahead. No, use it.
I'm giving it to you.
Die Hard.
Die Hard is number 5 on this list. There's 5,
Die
and they
Hard.
started in
Die Hard.
1988.
Die Hard over Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Die Hard.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, you're going to be really upset.
Yeah, and I'll tell you
two
what.
of the
And
four.
you know what? I could justify it. Star Wars
No,
probably
you can't.
is probably the greatest sci-fi.
I didn't know if it
So it's sci-fi and action adventure, but probably more sci-fi. So
tell you.
if this were a sci-fi, greatest sci-fi movie franchises, I would give it number 1.
That's a big one.
But it
But
counts
as
as
far as action go,
There's a big one missing.
Oh, there's
Counts
a
as
sci-fi
action.
one in here. That's
counts as
above
action
that.
because of the pod racing. That's the action.
yes,
That's true.
Well.
That was a heck of a.
I gave my
it's a
guess away.
2-category franchise.
I want you to go now.
I thought we were just doing action, just action movies.
But as far as the action side of things, I think number 6 is great for it.
Show me the Rambo franchise.
Not top 10. It was on there, though.
Okay, I got one.
How about
Oh,
The
that's right.
Terminator?
The Terminator is number 10 on this list. Began
Wow.
in 1984, and it had 6 in the franchise.
Okay, show me Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, not in the top 10. You're going to just explode.
What are we doing here? Help
Show
me, Tom Cruise.
Rambo.
That was guessed already. And
Oh, you said Rambo? I'm sorry. I was
Hey, it's
okay.
He already
over
gave you.
there.
He already
You know
gave you a
what?
writing
guess.
everything down too. So
You took one for the team. I gave you a wish, and you wasted your second one again.
Okay, go again.
You're not getting my next one.
You can't yell at the listener anymore.
show
okay.
me
You're doing great.
Rambo.
All right, we'll come back to you. You're
Show me
having
Rambone.
Cognitive decline. King.
Have we said the
I
obvious
can't
one,
believe you
Mission
said
Impossible
Rambo.
yet?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Mission Impossible. Have we said that one?
No, you have not. Number 3 on this list, with 8 in the franchise starting in 1996. Rafe.
Oh, the freaking Matrix.
No, not on this top 10.
See,
Listen, you need 2, 4, and 8.
You
right
and me
now.
are synced here, and this doesn't make sense.
Action?
2.
There's 3 left, and one of them I've never watched, and I'm interested to see if you guys love this answer or hate it, because I don't think anybody in this room is going to guess it.
Is it old?
Clownvis.
It's old. It started in 1985. There's 7 in the franchise.
I think I know.
It's
Death
number 4
Wish.
on this list.
Ooh,
no.
that's a great
That's a
one.
good guess.
That's number 1.
85.
Star Trek.
No.
You know, I was going to
Because if
say.
they put Star Wars, I was thinking maybe because there's a lot of Star Trek movies.
Yeah, but talk about.
Those guys, it's
I
as,
guess
it's
it
as
is
much
actiony.
Go-
it's as
Ghostbusters?
much action as Star Wars.
Oh, I disagreed there.
Star Trek.
I don't think. Have you seen those movies? I'm not sure. It's more about the social stories, and not
there's
the
a lot
Star
of
Wars. Is
beaming.
it?
There's
Hey,
a lot-
I'm gonna make a guess, but I don't think it's right. When you said older, my first thought was the Dirty Harry series, but that was 70s, right?
That was the 70s.
That's not on the list.
That's not on this top 10.
Oh! I know. Mad Max.
Mad Max is number 2 on this list.
Nice.
That began in 79 and has 4 in the franchise. Okay, so now you need number 4 and 8.
Okay, and that great guess, Mad Max.
I think there's 5 of them.
You said
Is there?
1985, and there are 7 of them?
This franchise for number 4, it began in 1985. There are 7 of them. And it's an action star that we all know. I've never seen it. I
If
don't
she
know.
hadn't said 7, I would have said Back
Are
to
they
the
still
Future.
are they still putting them out?
I don't think so.
85. And
However,
it's
this-
an all play, guys.
This
85
action.
was-
Krueger.
85 was Back to the Future. It was Top Gun.
That's what I thought.
It
Back to the
was-
Future, but it's
This
not. There's
guy
not
is in
7
the
of them.
news. He does his own stunts. He's older. He still does his own stunts.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie
Tom
Chan.
Cruise.
Does
Chan.
he eat popcorn weird? Okay.
Rush Hour.
Jackie Chan's Police Story and Super Cop.
Oh.
Which I'm like,
I don't
that's
know those.
surprising. I don't know them either. So there's 7 in the franchise.
I was going to
That's
guess
number
Rush Hour
4.
earlier, but I never heard of that.
There's one more.
There's one more, number 8, and
Bad Boys.
no,
Can you give us a year of the first one and how many films?
37 films.
Oh,
my God.
Oh,
beginning
What
in
is this?
2008.
37?
You can't do that.
I can.
Well, beginning in 2008.
You
Mary
can't-
Kate
And
and
this is-
Ashley Olsen.
Very good guess.
You can't.
And,
this
and
makes
these
no
are in,
sense.
and these are in theaters?
Yeah.
What?
These are in theaters all the time.
They must be if it's 37 years.
I was going to say Lord of the Rings. Oh, X-Men.
Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Oh, get on.
So the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
you don't
is
get to
number
count
8.
one.
No. Yeah, that's-
no.
yeah.
Iron Man
I
is it's Iron
agree.
Man. Spider-Man
Technically,
is
it is one
Spider-Man.
universe. That is a trick.
It is a trick. I don't
Now
like
Death
it. This
Wish moves
list.
up.
Where did Rambo come in?
Not top 10, which is.
Did somebody get it?
Dude, number 50. Number 50 was The Crow.
I mean, think
which
about
Did we ever say
Batman.
Lethal Weapon?
The
Spy
Crow.
Kids was on this list at number
Yes.
46, by the way.
The Crow.
Like other honorable mentions, like Bloodsport at 43.
Bloodsport, yeah.
The Purge series at 41.
What about Batman?
The Expendables, number 40.
There you go.
Monsterverse, number 39. Superman, number 38. I mean, this list is great.
it's a good
just,
list.
Yeah, Rambo's somewhere on
Lord
there.
of the Rings, Batman, Pirates of the
Dolomite.
Caribbean.
All that stuff's on there.
Oh,
Sex and the
Pirates.
City.
Sex and the City.
Lot of action.
A lot of big action.
Tons of action. Celebrities celebrating birthdays today. Ryan Coogler, the director of Sinners, Black Panther, and Creed, is 39. Kelly Monaco, soap opera star, who first won Dancing with I think the first winner of Dancing with the Stars is 49. Jewel is 51. Ken Jennings, Jeopardy host, who won 74 straight episodes for more than $2.5 million. But he won overall by getting that gig. He's 51. Maxwell is 52, sexy R&B master. Phil Selway, the drummer for Radiohead, your favorite band, Rizz, is 58. H. John Benjamin is 59. That's the voice
that guy.
of
Bob's
Sterling
Burgers.
Archer on Archer and Bob on Bob's Burgers. Melissa McBride is 60. That's Carol on Walking Dead. Karen Duffy, the former MTV VJ and Revlon model, is 63. Drew Carey is 67. Leah Delaria, that's Big Boo on Orange is the New Black, is 67. And Joan Collins, Alexis on the original Dynasty. And Nicolette Sheridan plays her on the CW reboot. Joan Collins is 92. Congratulations, years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Addie Juniper. So let's explore the catalog of today's birthday girl. She was in The Adventures of Super Addie. She was in The Ball-Busting Bitch, Boat Buddies, Booty Shake 1 and 2, Grand Theft Addie, I Love Big Toys 9, Climax's favorite, Mandingo Raw, Santa's Last Snack, White Kong Dong 20.
Wow.
And
Where was that on the list?
and who could forget her role in 2015's Simply I'm Screwed. Addie Juniper is 41 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with this week's Friday Fail Stories. Some good ones for you. We'll start off with somebody getting caught after doing the one chip challenge.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He was on parole, you see, and, well, we'll get into it.
Can't wait.
All right, folks, time for your Friday Fail Stories. Yeah. So all these people thought they had the perfect plan, but somewhere along the line, that perfect plan went completely sideways, and it became an Uber. An Ultra.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? Mega. Here we go. Fail
Failed.
All right, good job, everybody.
That's pretty good.
Nice to have Clombus here.
Felt like the three tenors there.
Yeah.
was
Which
good.
one are you?
The fat one.
All right. Yeah, Friday Fail Stories are sponsored by
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
So a convicted felon is back behind bars in Florida, and it's thanks to the One Chip Challenge. The police report called it the Hot Chip Challenge, but same difference. It's when you eat a single tortilla chip that's, crazy spicy. They're usually covered in that Carolina Reaper dust. We've tried it here a couple times here in the studio.
Yeah.
Rafe tried it before he was on the show, and
Got dumped out.
yeah,
I remember
dropped the bomb.
It was also a year stale, and I'm pretty sure. It
Oh,
changed the
I
trajectory
think
of
I was
my
on
health.
vacation.
Negative 1 day working here.
I missed that one. 36-year-old Darren Delkus was out on parole in late March when he got caught on video drinking a beer at a bar after attempting the One Chip Challenge. So his parole agreement said he was not allowed to have alcohol. And this guy's got a long rap sheet with convictions for grand theft, burglary, credit card fraud, selling drugs. I don't know how they found out about the video, but they arrested him on Wednesday for violating the terms of his parole. He tried to plead his case and said, I only took a swig of somebody's Corona because, I'd just done the One Chip Challenge and my mouth was on fire.
Yeah.
But he wasn't even supposed to be at a bar in the first place.
Oh.
So the agreement also said he couldn't go to bars. His parole officer said he's a risk to himself and others when he drinks. His parole was set to expire in late 2026, but now he will be spending all, or at least most of that time behind bars.
Failed.
Idiot. Worth it? Absolutely. This comes from St. James Parish, Louisiana, where one teacher's very bad decision led to a very public arrest. Authorities say Lee Michael Grenier was arrested after he allegedly dropped a bag of cocaine in the hallway right there during the school day.
Whoops.
According to the St. James Parish Sheriff's Office, deputies were called around 10:30 a.m. after somebody found a small plastic bag with white powder on the floor. Test confirmed it was the cocaine.
I saw that janitor tap dancing through the hallways.
Yeah.
Detectives say a school surveillance video showed old teacher Lee dropped the bag. When deputies searched his car, they found more cocaine. Arrested, charged with possession of cocaine.
Failed.
This Friday fail comes from Florida, where a former California police officer who was living up while claiming to be unable to work got busted. So you got 39-year-old Nicole Brown, accused of collecting a whopping $600,000 in tax-free workers' comp benefits after a minor on-the-job injury. So she suffered a minor head abrasion during an arrest back in 2022 and used the injury to take a several-year-long leave. But according to prosecutors, instead of recovering quietly, she was spotted partying at the Stagecoach Music Fest,
Oh, boy.
hitting Disneyland, running 5Ks, and even going on ski trips,
What a
all
great
while
night.
claiming she was too disabled to work.
Those are a couple things you do after you hit your head.
Go skiing. So just 3 days after dancing at the Stagecoach, she reportedly appeared on a Zoom call with the police department, claiming she couldn't even look at the screen because of post-concussion syndrome.
You fool.
She even enlisted her stepfather, who's a lawyer, to help cover the tracks. She's now facing 15 felony charges.
Whoa.
Could spend up to 22 years behind bars. Stepdad also facing charges.
Wow. Failed.
What an idiot.
This one features a suspect whose criminal plan unraveled thanks to one big mistake, her cell phone. Police in Gulfport, Mississippi say 34-year-old Jacinia Azell. Yes, that's right. Her name is Jacinia. She robbed a Dollar General, gunpoint, demanded cash, even got into a fight with an employee before making her getaway. But in her rush to get out of there, Jacinia dropped her cell phone at the scene. Now, here's where it goes from bad to worse. Now, officers still investigating at the store. Jacinia comes back looking for her lost phone.
It was just in you.
They said, weren't you just in here? She says, no, I'm just in here.
Jacinia. So she shows back up. They go, that's her. And cuffs go on to jail.
Failed.
Okay, this one is interesting. This one comes to us from 30,000 feet. Well, almost. Electronics technician, first class John Steya, a 35-year-old Navy tech, decided to make a very bad joke right before takeoff on a Hawaiian Airlines flight out of San Diego. So as the plane was ready to head to Honolulu, John told the flight attendant that the passenger next to him had a bomb.
Oh, boy.
Come on, man.
Spoiler, they didn't.
Okay.
There's only a few rules, really.
Yeah, really.
And
There's only...
one is don't use the four-letter B word.
Don't use the B word.
Well, he's used to boats, not planes.
There's a burrito they sell in gas stations that says "da bomb" on it, and I'm always wondering if like someone was just smuggled one of those onto the plane.
And they found it in your check luggage.
Technically, he has the bomb.
You should try it, man.
So John's like, the guy next to me's got a bomb. Flight attendant, understandably not laughing. Captain notified. Crew springs into action. The plane with 300 people had to taxi into a safe area. Everyone on board was hustled off the plane, bused to a secure location while police and security teams swept the aircraft, swept all the luggage.
Find nothing but a burrito.
The good news, the threat was totally bogus. Everyone eventually got to go on their way, except for John.
Aww.
He didn't get to Hawaii. He got a trip to jail.
And it's going to cost you, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it going to cost you like whatever? If anybody was delayed and didn't get to do their snorkeling trip or something, like you got to pay for it. If there was, I'm sure there was extra fuel burned, right? That's probably $15,000.
Well, so he didn't get to go to Hawaii. He's facing charges for making a false bomb threat, reporting a phony security threat, as the San Diego Harbor Police reminded everybody, making a fake bomb threat is not only not funny, it's illegal. Huge fines, a year in jail. The Navy quickly distanced itself from the prank, saying safety is our top priority. We take all threats seriously and are cooperating with authorities. So now, John, enjoy your new travel restrictions, by the way. So you ain't flying anytime soon.
Failed.
One less idiot on the planes with us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You were going to Hawaii.
Right. What's wrong with these people?
Guys, classic mom question here. If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it? That's classic mom, right?
Yeah.
How deep's the river?
This guy said yes. 29-year-old guy in Vancouver, British Columbia, had to be rescued the other day after he jumped off a bridge on a dare and got stranded on the side of a river. Somebody called it in. Then a fireboat made contact, gave him a life jacket. Coast Guard had to scramble, pick him up. Paramedics took him to the hospital. Cops talked to him, thinking he might have been trying to off himself. Turned out he wasn't. He told him he jumped off the bridge because somebody dared him to. And the fact that he'd also been doing meth may have been a factor.
Okay.
Oh man, I was gonna say I've done that. Other than the meth, I've done some pretty high up.
Treated for minor injuries. Not clear on what charges he'll be facing.
You ever done some flow trip jumps?
Oh yeah,
Failed.
of course.
I don't think I would anymore, but I used to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to jump off some bridges and some rocks and
Me
stuff.
too, dude. I did it off of a train track bridge embankment once, and boy, oh boy, dude, it was high, 45 feet, and it looks fine until you get up there and you go, oh my gosh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
this is the
But that's the deal.
scariest
You
thing I've ever
see,
done.
you see other people doing it. You're like, I guess I can do it.
Yeah, he did it. I can do
Boy,
it.
I've told the story before. We went on a float trip years and years ago. My kids were little. And there was like a cliffside, and everybody's climbing up and jumping off the rocks. And I said to the kids, I go, once you go up there, there's no coming down. The only way you're getting down
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta jump.
is you have to jump. It's way more dangerous to try to get back down. So I remember my son got up there, and he saw over the cliff, and he,
He was like, no, that's it.
and he clung to a tree, like up on top of the cliff.
Oh,
and I had to
no.
pry his hands off
Throw him?
and take him by his hands and like over the cliff.
Oh my God.
No way,
Gave him
dude.
the Michael Jackson. Just dangled him.
That's
And
amazing.
all you hear the kid, he must have been 6 years old.
Right, he's screaming and people are
Screaming
watching
the entire
now.
way down. The kid gets to school, I think it was in first grade, drew a picture of his dad throwing him off a cliff.
Yes.
You got horns.
This poor child.
great.
What are we doing?
That's amazing.
It was, the teacher's like, draw what you did this weekend,
Yeah.
and he drew dad throwing him off a cliff. Wow.
That was
Rudimentary
him.
drawing.
Oh, that's the coolest.
My mom did that to me in a water slide when I was really little before I knew how to swim. And I still remember it. 40 years old now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I went underwater, didn't know what to do. She had to jump in and get me because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
Stop trying to drown your kids.
Dude, I had the coolest
we're doing.
experience. I was, daredevil kid. So if I seen somebody do it or somebody said, yeah, the hole's deep enough you can jump, I was doing it. And my dad and his buddy. They're both science teachers and physics teachers, and he was putting together. This dude was this is early '90s, putting together like a DVD or I guess a tape at that time for high schools and schools like physics rooms to figure out like the velocity and the gravity and all that kind of stuff of a falling object or a falling person. So he literally filmed me jumping off this cliff and put me in some educational DVD that went across the nation. So there's
cool.
which was great because I was like, I was always wanting to jump as many times as possible. I was that kid, and the parents are usually like, "We gotta go, man.
Yeah.
This is a 6-hour float trip." And I got to do it like 30 times for this
That's
video.
awesome.
It was work.
Let's find that tape, man.
It's
gotta
out
be
there. It's out there. I'm just jumping off a cliff over and over and over.
Yeah, buddy.
The coolest.
This comes from Port Charlotte, Florida, where one man's late-night Del Taco run didn't go as planned. According to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, it was just after midnight when Anthony Izzo pulled up to the drive-thru hoping to score some tacos.
Sure.
But when the employees told him, "Excuse me, the kitchen's closed. Meat's already put away."
Oh.
Anthony did not take the news well. Instead of calling it a night, he grabbed a pipe wrench from his car and tried to break the drive-thru window.
Why'd they answer him if they were closed? I'm with Anthony on this. If you can answer me, you can make me a taco, buddy.
He caused about $2,000 worth of damage, but, Anthony didn't get too far. They called the cops. Deputies tracked him down at his house, arrested him for criminal mischief.
Justice for Anthony.
I call this one the overall full of oops. That's the title of this. This one takes us to Baltimore, where somebody cooked up a scheme that was a little too transparent for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. On April 29th, officers at the Baltimore port were inspecting an air cargo shipment labeled as brace overalls for men, heavy-duty workwear bib. They opened up the boxes. They didn't find a shipment of your overalls for your local construction crew. Instead, they found more than 200 pounds of marijuana, vacuum sealed and stashed inside 155 packages. Street value, Scott knows this off the top of his head. You wrote down $875,000. You were exactly correct.
Way to go, Scott.
Way to go, Scott.
Wow.
Nice job.
Well, I had to guess too because it kind of went up recently, so I was just,
Yo, maybe it's one of those strains that gives you like couch lock and makes you feel like you're wearing heavy bib overalls.
I know. This shipment was on its way to Europe.
I thought you were going to say it was like Dracula or something. I was happy to hear marijuana.
Yeah. Blah. Looks like somebody thought they could cash in big by disguising weed as workwear, but customs officials not fooled for a second.
Failed.
This one takes us to Ocala, Florida. We love Ocala.
Yeah.
Where one woman's night out at Mark's Prime Steakhouse went from rare to a well-done disaster, guys.
Nice.
32-year-old Rachel King decided to enjoy herself at the bar, but when it came time to pay her $99.53 tab, she reportedly just said no thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Is
Have
this
you
total
tried?
correct?
No.
No, it is not.
Ma'am, your bill?
Oh.
No thanks.
No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, who knew?
That's not how much I want to pay.
Staff called the police. Officers arrived to find Rachel at the bar, appearing intoxicated and not interested in settling up.
Not interested in that.
She said no thanks. A bystander tried to help by offering to pay her tab. Hey, send me Venmo. Send me a Venmo and I'll pay her tab. And Rachel even let an officer use her phone to try to make everything happen, but things took a turn. She got agitated. She snatched her phone back and proceeded to punch the officer right in the testicles.
Of all places.
Arrested on the spot, charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and swindling an innkeeper. Yep, that's a thing.
That's an old-fashioned term.
I was going to say
Yeah,
that's
that
like
sounds-
a crime from the
Yeah, see,
1800s.
swindling.
What are you in for? Swindling an innkeeper. Come on, pal.
she got out of paying it though.
All right, two more for you. If you think there's nothing worse than leaving a kid in a car alone for hours, these women here found a few ways to up the ante. So police in Arizona just released the body cam footage of a very chaotic scene after they responded to a call about a small kid running around a parking lot alone at 11 o'clock at night. So witnesses say they didn't see any parents around, and when they asked the little girl where they were, she didn't know. But she did lead them to a car, and there were 3 more kids, 2 that were strapped in car seats in the car. When the cops showed up, they found all 4 kids, the oldest being around 4 and the youngest being an infant, and a very large bag of weed in the car. Cops searched nearby businesses for the parents for about an hour, couldn't find them. Eventually, 2 women returned to the car. They initially claimed they'd just gone to the bathroom. When the police mentioned they'd been there for at least an hour, the women slowly admitted to stopping at a cookie shop and also at a bar to get drunk. Police said that both women smelled like alcohol, slurred their speech. They were both arrested. The kids were taken to a nearby hospital by the fire department. It's unclear what will happen with the kids, but one of the women said, please don't take my kids away from me. I know this is super, super bad. I mean, this is bad all around. Here's what that sounded like, by the way. I got a video from the chest cam.
We found her going up and down here. She took us to the car.
Yeah, one's sleeping on the right and the other one's...
Oh, there is 2 of them in there.
Seriously. Your kids have been here for hours. Hours?
Where have you been?
I went in and goes to the bathroom.
Really? Because we got a call about 45 minutes ago from people walking around saying they saw your daughter running around in the parking lot, no parents around. Well, when I was looking through the car to find, like, any ID in the glove box, popped it open, there's a bag of weed in the glove box. Yeah. So those kids have been in the car for how long with weed? Just, they could have easily accessed that as well.
Yeah. Still makes me very sad.
Yeah, I like the Del Taco one more.
Yeah, it's a sad fail. Well, okay, we'll end with this one. I'm sorry, guys. You've heard of people wanting to relive their glory days, but this week's final Friday fail takes us to Perrysburg, Ohio. Got a 24-year-old guy is in big trouble. So he's 24. He's in big trouble after pretending to be a 16-year-old so he can enroll in high school.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
saw this headline.
Yeah, I saw this headline, too.
It's like Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore.
So Anthony Labrador, originally from Venezuela, used fake documents, including a birth certificate and an Ohio driver's license, to convince the school district just a regular teenager. He even moved in with a local family who agreed to be his guardians. What? And he started going to class in January. His cover was blown in dramatic fashion when the mother of his kid,
Whoa,
reached out to the guardians who he was living with proof of his real age.
What's he trying to do? Play baseball?
Is Billy Madison?
what is he
I don't know
trying to do?
what he was trying to do.
Finally get those straight A's.
Yeah.
He was actually born in 2001. The truth unraveled fast. Police arrested him after a traffic stop. He's now facing felony charges for forgery. He's sitting in jail on a $50,000 bond. If he gets out, he's going to have to wear an ankle monitor, stay away from the school, from the family who was his guardians.
This cat gave no reason. This is an elaborate thing. There has to be a...
Yeah, I want to know.
Like, I would love to do high school again, too, just to, relearn everything that I totally did not learn.
Yeah, this guy's trying to play pro baseball or be Happy Gilmore.
Right.
Yeah. Or maybe feel smarter.
And to top it all off, he's Venezuelan, not here legally, and ICE is waiting in the wings, too, so. Whoops.
Failed.
Well, that's kind of sad, too. I mean, maybe he was trying to get, an American education.
He heard about them
but you got to do it the
American
right way.
School lunches.
Yeah, maybe wanted the
pizza.
school lunch pizza. Yeah, they don't have that in Venezuela.
They don't.
Those are your Friday fail stories. Thank you. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. And, Rafe, it's your time to shine.
Oh, wonderful.
We've got this week's Bless you. In memoriam.
This week's blessing.
Moon sneeze just made it in.
Is there a music accompaniment as well?
There are some things happening in this one, yes.
All right. All right, welcome back to the program. Remember my buddy Jeremy came by and gave me that bro glow?
Yeah, you looked very tan.
That spray, the spray tan stuff?
He rubbed it into your face. Yeah. It was great.
Let your bro glow. Anybody go tanning? I mean, do you?
Yes.
You need a tan, buddy.
Yes.
You're a bit.
Find me in them booths all day long.
You're a bit pasty.
Yeah.
You're like one of those when you go to a classic car place where they fix up the classic cars in the paint booth. That's what actually you do. You go in there, they spray it down.
Do you do a spray tan?
I've done it
Lern?
once. I enjoyed it. I don't like the way it makes my skin smell.
Okay. Huh. You've done a spray tan, right, Moon?
Nah, brother, I was only there for you. I was there with you.
Okay.
For the five spray tans. I never did it myself.
I did it for our dance. Remember we had for the punishment at Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I did one last year, too. was it pre-RizzShow Live?
I think it was.
I don't know. I went and got one last year.
I don't know. You got the spray tan. You got that, that golden glow.
It's beautiful.
I don't know, but they could be expensive. Or tanning boots are expensive as well. If you have a membership to one of those tanning places, or maybe laying out, I don't know. But there's a bizarre beauty trend called carrot maxing that is making waves. I guess the kids are carrot maxing. And would you like to explain what this is, Rafe?
I've keratoids or something. I've been seeing like weird ads for basically overdosing on keratoids that come in carrots, and it basically turns your skin like an orangish glow.
Yeah.
What if the president has this?
He's like
what if
said, he's boofing
suspect
carrots.
number one? What if Trump loves carrots, dude? And we're all thinking it's makeup this whole time, but really
It's
he's
just
just
carrots.
ODing on
He's
carrots.
been boofing
He's
carrots.
boofing carrots. Nobody gets
His
that
eyesight's
orange.
incredible.
So in hopes of achieving a natural golden glow without the expensive self-tanners, some people are consuming a large amounts of carrots, especially canned carrots, believing that the beta-carotene will give their skin like the sun-kissed look.
They're selling pills too.
But no, I'm talking about
Straight
people
carrots.
just straight either straight carrots or in the can, like canned carrots.
Dang.
But instead of like this healthy tan, some people are not only turning bright orange, they're ending up in the emergency room.
Oh, no.
So one TikTok user posted about eating 6 cans of sliced carrots a day in pursuit of this glowing skin. So just over a week later, she shared an update. Carrot maxing, quote, sent me to the ER.
Okay.
So her excessive carrot intake led to carrot anemia, which is a harmless but dramatic yellow-orange discoloration of the skin, and more seriously, a dangerous sodium overload from all the canned carrots.
Oh.
So medical experts are like, hey, eating carrots in moderation, it's healthy, Canned versions are often loaded with sodium. Eating 6 cans a day can more than double the recommended daily sodium intake, putting people at risk of heart issues and even organ failure, especially for those with pre-existing medical conditions.
It's like everything in moderation actually makes sense.
Crazy, right? So carrots are packed with fiber and nutrients that support eye health, but experts like, hey man, as Moon said, too much of a good thing can be harmful. The body can safely handle some extra beta-carotene, but not the salt that comes with so many canned carrots.
Right.
So the bottom line, while the carrot maxing trend promises a cheap, natural glow, it's proving to be more of a health hazard than a beauty hack.
Just go get sprayed like everybody else.
Like everybody else.
Can
Why
you
do you
do-
gotta be weird?
I wonder if you could do it with other colors. I mean,
Like
I get
beets?
Yeah, beets. Get red or maybe blueberries or something. I get my
turning
skin.
violet,
I get my face tone from me. I'm
Blackberries.
marshmallow maxing.
You're mellow maxing.
Mellow maxing.
Boofing mallows.
Yeah, boofing the marshmallows.
That ass stays puffed.
God, people are so dumb. Anyway, Rafe?
Get the jet puff glow, brother.
Yeah, baby.
Rafe, I think it's time
'Tis time.
for you to shine.
Oh, wow.
Your own glow.
Well, let's bro glow.
This week's E Memoriam.
This week's E Memoriam brought to you by Boofin Carrots
Carrots up your butt, huh?
and the Bro Glow. Sponsored ad. Those of you unfamiliar, the E Memoriam is a lot like the Oscars in Memoriam, where we say goodbye to people, but instead of Hollywood legends, we say goodbye to people we pissed off. Sometimes it might be through our actions, through our discussions we had on the air. Sometimes it's ourselves. You never know. And no one is safe from the heartfelt satirical farewell of the E Memoriam. And without further ado, let's get started. This week, first up, Scott Rizzuto's driving school. We found out this week through a series of shocking revelations that Scott Daniel Rizzuto's professional safe driver school may need to be abandoned due to its founder's behavior and unbridled rage problems.
What's wrong with you?
I know.
In the course of 1 week, in separate incidents, Rizz was teaching his young and impressionable son how to parallel park when he responded to a reasonable request by an elderly person to take turns in the practice lot with a "I don't see a time limit, old man," end quote. Till later in the same day, responding again while his son was learning to drive on a permit, he responded to a woman honking when his son did not turn fast enough at a yield sign by deeming it an unforgivable act of aggression, and a formal declaration of road war ensued. He then enlisted a 15-year-old child to ward in his stead into his personal highway warfare by directing the young lad, whose safety he's in charge of, to pursue the honker to, quote, the ends of the earth, end quote. His barrage of orders to follow were to, quote, get behind this broad closely, let her know we're here, end quote. And also, quote, as soon as the light turns green, lay on the horn.
There you go.
You know, when you put it this way, it doesn't sound great,
doesn't
Rafe.
sound
I'm going to be
great.
honest with you.
It didn't
This is
sound
how it
good when you
sounded.
told
These
it.
are all
either.
your words, by the way.
This is direct quote.
These are direct quotes.
Yeah, this was a story told by
I mean,
you,
it
the-
Proudly, by the way.
the victim in your.
It sounds very bad now, but
It was a shocking tale.
At the time, it all made sense.
Yes, well, all this is paired with the fact that in an unrelated separate incident while standing at a random gas pump, a person in traffic saw fit to roll down their window and call him an a-hole, allegedly unprovoked, to which his wife simply responded, what'd you do now?
Right.
So without further ado, let's bring in our two guests.
Yes.
The guy who called you an a-hole
The
and
man
the
in
old man.
Acura.
And the lady. Quite frankly, you, sir, do not possess the temperament to instruct the rules of the road. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no, it's almost over. The kid's getting his license next week. Oh, I got the girl, too.
Yeah.
She's on
Do
deck.
it all again.
She's on deck.
Oh,
jeez.
no.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
And she's mini you, so this is going to be a nightmare.
And an important moment for me. Next up, an important moment for me happened this week when someone had the courage to take on Big Onion. We found out there was a man suing Whataburger because they put onions on his burger, and this aggression will no longer stand. And with that being said, I'd like to read the onion-free proclamation in honor of our hero, Moon. If you don't mind, I think you prepared some music for this.
I have it prepared.
Today, I'll deliver the onion-free proclamation.
Okay.
Delivered in honor of Demery Ardell Wilson. 87 burgers ago, we as a nation decided that fast food should be fast, delicious, and above all, safe. That if a man speaks the sacred phrase, no onions, please, that covenant would be honored with reverence. But on the 21st day of May in the year of our Lord, 2025, that promise was betrayed. Demery Ardell Wilson, a patriot of the palate, walked into a Whataburger with nothing but his hunger, his honesty, and an onion allergy quite severe. When that burger came back defiled by those slick, translucent rings of doom, he did not flinch. He did not fold. He did not simply pick them off and whisper, it's fine, honestly. It's fine, I don't mind. No, my friends, he sued. He sued. And not just for himself, but for all of us who have ever been ignored by a drive-through speaker. This is bigger than onions, my friends. For every soul who's asked for no pickles only to find their sandwich soaked in brine, every allergy sufferer who lives in fear of a rogue garnish, for every American who's whispered, "Can you double-check that?" and been mocked for their caution. This lawsuit, this act of culinary courage is not about vengeance, it's about liberty. Liberty from assumption, liberty from lazy order fulfillment, liberty from the tyranny of invisible onion and gird. Let it be known that Demery Ardell Wilson did not suffer silently. No, he rose from the hospital bed, clutched his drive-through receipt, and walked into the light of judicial reckoning. He stands now not just as a man, but as a movement. Let Whataburger and all these other condiment-drenched kingdoms take heed. When a man says no onions, God damn it, he means no onions.
Amen.
May we honor his bravery not with silence, but with clarity. Not with slaw, but solidarity. And may his sacrifice inspire a new day, where food allergies are not footnotes, but foundations. God bless Demery Ardell Wilson. God bless the onion-free. And God bless the United States of accurate drive-through orders. We are done suffering in silence as the music loops. But we are ready to hold the onions. And by God, hold the line. Bye-bye.
I feel like I was at a an exhibit at Epcot.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a robot talking.
Yeah, I was definitely animatronic in that. That was Tom Cruise eating popcorn in that. Next up, dorks who shielded their papers like they're guarding the nuclear codes.
Oh, yeah.
During a conversation about whether we cheated in school this week, we all agreed on one thing. People who wouldn't let you cheat are pieces of crap. You know who you are. It's test day, the tension is high, you're sweating through your Aeropostale polo, and you glance over for a little lifeline. You're not hurting anybody.
No.
And there they are, Captain Integrity, with their paper turned at a 90-degree angle, hunched over like they're decrypting the Zodiac Killer's final message. Relax, Preston. It's a multiple-choice quiz on state capitals, not the LSAT or a test to get into heaven. No one's getting into Yale from the second period social studies class, bud. We're not asking for a copy of your soul, man. We just need to know if it's B or C. Help a brother out. But no, you got to tilt your body like you're dodging sniper fire with your hand cupped as if you're protecting a baby bird across the desk from me. Now look at us. You got an A, and I got a career in radio. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Preston.
The emotional damage is too much to toll. So to the human blind spot who covered their Scantron like it's the Ark of the Covenant, F you. We hope you enjoy that 4.0 GPA, and we hope you're still sitting alone at the lunch table. Bye-bye.
Protecting a baby.
Thanks, Clovis. Some of them are just for us.
I love it.
And finally, kids' sense of adventure. Guys, this week, we talked about how kids didn't want to drive. They're not getting their licenses until they're 18, sometimes in their 20s. There just seems to be, we've created a world where parents have been too cool. Kids don't want to leave the nest. They have no sense of adventure. They don't even know how to go out and get into a healthy amount of trouble anymore. And I pitched an idea during this conversation for Uncle Rafe's School of Making Kids Cool Again. Uncle Rafe's Kids, if you will. And I spent an exorbitant amount of time on this yesterday. But
maybe too much time?
Probably too much, but I've come up with the 5-minute infomercial pitch for Uncle Rafe's Kids, and I really think with the right groundswell of RizzShow support, we might be able to get this thing off the ground.
Eagle call.
Eagle call. Yeah, I'm calling my own eagle call here, bud. Eagle call! And here's the hard pitch for Uncle Rafe's Kids.
All right, here we go. Uncle Rafe's Kids.
Are you tired of Gen Z refusing to drive, never leaving the house, and thinking Crocs are high fashion? Well, have we got the program for you. Introducing Uncle Rafe's Kids, a totally real, definitely not court-ordered mentorship program. Do you long for the days when a road trip didn't require a charger, a permission slip, or emotional support hydro flask? Well, strap in, Buttercup. Uncle Rafe's Kids is here to fix the future. We're a lot like Big Brothers and Big Sisters if Big Brother smelled like gasoline, Dracar Noir, and the freedom of wind in your hair. You may be asking yourself, what does Uncle stand for? Well, I'll tell you, unpussifying nerds and clearing legal entanglements. That's right, because what does Uncle Rafe do best? 1, unpussifying nerds, teaching screen-addicted Gen Zers how to change a tire, jump off a cliff on purpose, and not cry when they get dirt in their LaCroix. He replaces their emotional support vape with a pocket knife and a bad attitude, and he teaches them the ancient art of walking it the off. 2nd, clearing legal entanglements. Uncle Rafe will be there to get trespassing charges dropped because the sign was too faded, or act as a court-appointed witness during a fireworks-related incident at a county lake. So saddle up, Skippy. At Uncle Rafe's Kids, we don't raise snowflakes. We raise sunburned legends who know how to siphon gas, fake confidence, and pee off the side of a boat without falling in. Is that all that Uncle stands for, though? No. Uncle is also an acronym we can use to describe the people who volunteer for our program. Uncle. Unlicensed navigators creating legendary experiences. That's right, you, unlicensed, because certifications are for lifeguards and soy boys. If Uncle Rafe has a license, it's expired and covered in cocaine residue. N, navigators of trucks, boats, bad decisions, and emotional detachment. Uncles know how to get you from, I think I'm lost, to just keep taking lefts until you figure out where you're at by a landmark. C, creating memories, scars, possible felonies. If your weekend doesn't end in an alibi and a small property fire, did you even have a weekend? L, legendary. Not viral, not influential, legendary. As in, you remember that time Uncle Rafe lit a whistling bottle rocket out of a shop vac and hit a possum? That was legendary. And, of course, E, experiences. Because these kids don't need more screens. They need to experience mosquito bites, secondhand smoke, and the raw thrill of driving a four-wheeler into a lake on purpose. Now, you may be asking, what is Uncle Rafe's Kids? Well, we're like big brothers, big sisters, but drunker, louder, and at least 2/3 of his outfit was purchased with Marlboro Miles or Camel Bucks. Each little Rafe is matched with a fully certified uncle, a man who, 1, owns multiple coolers, none of which seal properly, 2, smokes cigarettes with his thumb and index finger like a sheriff from an old movie, 3, once went 39 days without electricity and didn't even notice, and 4, can parallel park a boat while eating beef jerky and ignoring his 3rd divorce. We don't do safe spaces. We do mud pits, boot knives, and a disturbing number of scars with no backstory. It's a mentorship program where washed-up legends, soft guts, and hard opinions teach today's youth the things that matter. How to drive a stick blindfolded. How to jump a bike off a shed or roof into a pool. The proper way to shotgun a Four Loko. How to use jumper cables and eye contact. How to sneak into and out of a concert, a lake, and or Mexico. How to throw a spiral, bait a hook, and beat your stepdad Doug's bitch ass. How to hold in your tears while building a fire with gas and an ex-girlfriend's goodbye letter. We pair each Gen Z participant or little Rafe with a seasoned life expert or uncle whose peak emotional growth was when he was thrown out of a Waffle House for playing Hank Jr.'s Country Boy Can't Survive 45 times in a row. What can you donate? At Uncle Rafe's Kids, we don't want your money. We want your culture. We don't want you donating canned goods. We want loose beer cans rattling around in the back of your truck after a fishing trip. We'll take them. Cigarettes, cartons, packs, or even loosies. Beautiful. Bring them all. Any issues with Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions, corners all curled up, no problem. Pages stuck together, even better, we want them. And of course, a cooler that leaks, but still works if you lean it a certain way. That's our curriculum, baby. What we don't teach, feelings, TikTok dances, kale, Uber etiquette, cryptocurrency, proper SPF applications, or manifesting. No thanks. So join us in saving the youth of America 1 can of Copenhagen, 1 VHS copy of Skinamax Productions, and 1 shaky helmetless ATV ride at a time. Uncle Rafe's Kids, teaching tomorrow's leaders how to be mildly illegal and wildly cool. And apply now, and remember, at Uncle Rafe's Kids, the only pronouns we use to describe ourselves are ye and haw. And the only thing we shelter is your beer from the sun. Our operators are standing by to help you. And by standing by, I mean cannonballing into an old rock quarry with a lit cigarette in their mouth without checking the water depth first. Uncle Rafe's Kids, where every lesson is shouted over a bonfire and ends with "Don't tell your mom about this." You're welcome, America.
I feel like a deep voice needs to say, the content shared by the preceding information does not necessarily represent the opinions of Channel 11.
What a pitch.
I want that theme music to be underneath my entire life.
Yeah. Me too.
Like,
it does sound like an infomercial at 11:54 p.m. on a Saturday night on Channel 11.
In 1991.
In 1992, yeah.
Somehow the distortion that came through on accident really enhanced the whole thing. And finally, let's get to the real RIPs this week. I know you're all busy signing up for Uncle Rafe's Kids, but let's try to honor a couple more people. RIP George Wendt. Played Norm in Cheers. The bar will never feel the same. As Norm on Cheers, George Wendt was an everyman icon, belly up to the bar, drink in hand, delivering punchlines with perfect Midwestern timing and warmth that made America feel like regulars. I went home and watched like half the first season of Cheers the day he died. And man, just such a good show, such a good character. And he wasn't just playing a character. He was a mood, a vibe, and a lifestyle. A comfort and a comic relief. He was the reason we all wanted to walk into a place where everybody knows your name and shouts it when you walk through the door. Raise a glass and make it a cold one. Here's to George Wendt. Forever Norm, forever welcome. And finally, if you guys will indulge me, I want to say goodbye to somebody very special to me in this week's in memoriam. My grandmother, Effie Jane Gouch, passed away this week. She was my last living grandparent, and she passed away at the age of 87, which I think it's a weird time in anyone's life when your final grandparent passes on, because it's the end of an era. You know, the patriarchy or whatever the lineage of your family changes for a final time. And I loved her very much. We would watch Carol Burnett together, and she gave me my first jokes that I could tell other kids on the school bus so I could make friends at school. One who was so instrumental in installing my sense of humor, sense of self, and sense of character all the more poignant. And I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for these gifts. I'm also grateful for the stonewashed denim duster she got me when I asked for a trench coat for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
I've gotten a hell of a lot of mileage out of that joke, Grandma. There's an old proverb I heard and I think about often. It goes like this: those who are not spoon-fed love learn to lick it off a knife. And my grandma was the type of human who doled out love in heaping spoonfuls. And I wish every kid was lucky enough to have a grandma like Effie Jane Couch. You will be missed, and I hope that they have slot machines and unlimited scratchers in heaven. And I hope you pull out your trumpet once in a while and remind everyone to have a good time. I love you very much. And that concludes this week's E-Memorial.
R.I.P. to Effie.
R.I.P. Effie J.
It's for you. Way too long. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, let it ride out.
I was going to let it ride out. Instead, we got
should.
Let it
Not
go.
today.
What the heck?
Let it ride for like 3 minutes.
Keep it up a little
Here, let me
longer.
try to get through that grandma piece again.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, okay.
Take two.
All right, listen. Well done, Rafe.
Yeah, thanks.
That's cool.
Thinking about your grandma. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Let's reset, guys.
All right.
Let's reset. Let's give away some stuff after the break, okay? Let's play Fake News of Florida. We'll do it in a different way today. Clovis is playing. Lern's playing. Moon is playing. Rafe,
exciting.
you're reading.
All right.
So we have 15 different headlines. We'll go around the horn. We'll start with Clovis. We'll go to Lern. We'll go to Moon, and we'll go back. Out of 15 headlines, can they guess correctly if it's a fake story or is it something that actually happened in the state of Florida? Out of 15, how many will the crew get correct?
All right.
Closest without going over, you win. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Scott, just, is he on the phone already? Scott, just get me the numbers, and they could be doubles, too. I don't care. We got Ice 9 Kills tickets, sold out show, guys. Tuesday at the pageant. Static X with Guar. We got tickets to go see the Sesanta Tour with Prime is a Perfect Circle and Pussifer. And we got tickets to go see Mammoth with Miles Kennedy on November 25th over at the Factory. Fake News of Florida is next. All right, guys, let's give away some stuff. All right, today's contest is sponsored by...
Sponsored by CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hail damage, see them at carstar.com.
Listen, this is a fun, easy Friday game. It's Fake News of Florida. So Rafe's going to read a headline. We'll go around the horn here. Clovis, Lern, Moon. King Scott, you please keep score. Scott's great at counting. Scott's great at counting. So we got 15 altogether. 15 headlines. Some are real, some are fake. You guys have to figure out which ones are real, which ones are fake. Out of 15, how many will the crew get correct? And we have a guess of 7, 12, 10, 12, 12, 12. Okay, so banking on 12.
I think we might be. I think we might go all the way.
I think so as well.
You think so? Okay. So we got Ice 9 Kills tickets, we got Static X tickets, we got Sesanta Tour tickets, and we got Mammoth tickets. All right, let's get into it. Rafe Williams and Clovis, the first headline.
Clovis. This just in, Clovis. A Dade County man was arrested for stealing his daughter's Girl Scout cookie money to pay off his bookie.
That's true.
Off to a terrible start.
Great.
See myself out.
Sweep.
Scott, can we get a score update?
Hold on a second. Let me tally it. 0.
No, that's
No.
not it, Scott.
We got
so
your
poorly,
chance
we're
to win
done.
free tickets right now. If Clovis would answer something.
That's not it.
What was the score?
0.
0.
Yeah,
Okay.
0.
Okay.
Okay, next, Lern.
Lern, breaking news. A Winter Springs woman named Kitty was arrested for stealing dogs.
So Kitty arrested for stealing dogs.
A Winter Springs woman named Kitty was arrested for, you guessed it, stealing dogs.
That is true.
So, Florida?
Florida.
Oh, that's Florida. I knew that
Florida,
one.
you crazy. Moon Valjean?
Yep.
A Palm Beach golfer was busted for disorderly conduct after relieving himself in a sand trap.
Florida. You know it
Fake
happened.
news.
You know that did happen in Florida. You just didn't get it right.
It wasn't documented.
Yeah. Busted.
Maybe it wasn't in Palm Beach. I don't know.
you're
It was
right.
not. It was not real.
Darn it.
All right, King Scott. This just in.
Oh, I guess King Scott will play too.
Is he playing or no?
Yeah, let's throw King Scott in there too.
All right, let's go. A wanted Florida man was found hiding inside a dishwasher in South Carolina mobile home.
I would say it's fake.
Oh, that's Florida.
Terrible, guys. Jeez.
Not
One
me.
correct so far.
All right.
I was close.
Here's where the sweep starts. Clownvis.
Yes.
This just in. Police in Bradenton, Florida said someone donated a loaded grenade launcher to Goodwill.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Clownvis.
2.
Nice.
Keep it up.
Coming back around.
Don't drop the ball, Lern.
Okay.
Lern breaking news. A Pensacola man was arrested for public intoxication after police found him fighting a tree.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Nice.
Stopping us now.
Nice.
I think we found the tuning fork has been found. A Jupiter woman was charged with indecent exposure after she nakedly chased her cheating husband through the lobby of a Holiday Inn.
Fake news.
Very good.
Yep.
All right, my turn to shine.
King Scott. Breaking news just came across the crawler. A Miami man has filed for an annulment from the car he married in 2019.
Man, I swear we've had this.
A
news.
Miami man has filed for an annulment from the car that he married in 2019.
It's Florida.
You're saying Florida.
Yes.
It is.
They're still happily married.
this
Thank you very
before.
much.
Oh, no.
We need a score update.
Slippery
They don't
one.
allow car
one,
marriage
two,
down up
and
in
we
there.
have 4.
4. Okay, so we got 4 and we got 7 more. Go ahead.
Clownvis, this just in. A Martin County man arrested for attacking a woman with a cheeseburger. A Martin County man was arrested for attacking a woman with a cheeseburger.
Oh, this one could go either way, so I gotta believe it's real Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Does this man know Florida?
He
or
does.
What?
Yes.
This man knows Florida. Florida. Learn.
What?
Breaking news. The city of Lake Fort Worth accidentally sent out a zombie alert on its Facebook page.
That's Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Oh,
We learn you're on it.
Thanks, pal.
Moon breaking news. Fresh, hot topic. A Dade County man was busted for drunk flying a helicopter after he landed in a strip club parking lot.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot. Florida.
That was
We just
actually
had
news.
something with that.
That was actually
in the-
Augie Bush in
Yeah. That was Illinois.
That was a local story.
Score update.
We have 6.
1, 2,
Shoot.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 4 more to go.
Uh-oh, we lost
4 to go.
a bunch of folks there.
4 to go. So possible 10 points. That's it.
King Scott.
Okay.
Breaking news. A Port St. Lucie man was arrested 15 minutes after being released from jail for burglarizing cars in the jail's parking lot.
That is Florida. I remember-
Oh, that's Florida.
Nice.
Okay, 7.
Clownvis.
God.
Presley. A Bradenton Walmart manager was arrested for shoplifting $25,000 worth of spam over the course of 5 years after security uncovered an elaborate smuggling operation.
Of spam?
That's a meat smuggling operation.
It's oddly specific. It seems like it would be not true, so I gotta say it is true. Florida.
That was a tough one.
Oh, no.
Can't trust you, Rafe.
Sorry, it seems very legitimate news. I'm sorry. It's media literacy is very hard these days.
Still sitting at 7.
Sitting at 7, Learn. The parent of a Gainesville Girl Scout was busted for using the cookie order sheet as code for her marijuana business.
Well,
The parent of a Gainesville Girl Scout was busted for using the cookie order sheet as code
Are you undefeated so far?
for
yeah.
her marijuana business.
I'm going to say that's fake.
You're saying fake?
Yeah.
Quarter ounce of Thin Mints.
Fake. Wow.
Good job.
I don't know what's happening, you guys.
Undefeated.
All right, so hey, it comes down to this here.
You are Mrs. Florida. I tell
I
you
am.
what.
Thank you. 2025.
Southern Illinois is the Florida of Illinois.
All right, so sitting at what? How many?
We're at 7.
No, I thought we were at 8.
We're at
I
8.
just got-
Oh, you just got 8. I
I
didn't write it
did.
down.
That's okay. You're good at math.
8. All right, Christopher gets 7. Mike guessed 10. So how does that work?
That means 7 wins.
9 is closer to 10 than 7.
Yes. Well, I didn't say closest without going over.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
I thought that was
given.
Why don't they both win?
standard.
Let's see what happens here.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe
a
I'll be
non-issue.
generous. Maybe I'm going to be generous.
What he means is don't hang up.
Don't hang up.
Okay, here we go.
He's probably already hung up
This is on you.
Moon Valjean.
Moon Valjean.
Oh, yes, Ralph?
Moon Valjean.
And Scooter?
Moon Virginian.
Okay, Scooter and Ralph.
Okay, let's
give it
go.
to me.
A Collier County woman was arrested for having relations with her dogs after her boyfriend leaked the video to police.
Oh, God.
Florida!
Yeah.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Ending on a high note.
Rough Riders.
So disgusting.
So what is that? Is that
That was
9?
Yeah.
Give them both tickets.
Yes. Oh, what a
What do
day.
you know? Why don't you give them all
Scott
tickets?
Topic is
Why don't
feeling
you give 'em all-
very
why don't you give 'em all
generous today.
tickets?
You know what?
Scott Topic's having a fire sale.
We already had one hang up.
So that's on them. It's Friday. I'm usually very generous. Give them all tickets.
Yes.
Oh, somebody else dropped
Look at
off.
that.
Idiots.
Idiots.
Oh, no.
You fools.
Well, there you go, man. The Santa Claus of FM radio.
Oh, here we go.
Scott
Me.
Rizzuto.
Oprah, Rizzuto.
You get Ice 9 Kills tickets, and you.
You're going Ice 9, and you're going Ice 9.
Everybody look under your seats. Ice 9 Kills is under there.
Hey, before we hit the final break, just some science news.
Oh, good.
Just here's what happened in science this week.
Okay.
That's why Columbus is here, by the way.
Yes.
You got the science news. In optometry news, researchers in China say they've invented night vision contact lenses.
I'm here for it.
Let you
Sign
see
me
in the
up.
dark. They claim you could even see with your eyes closed.
I wonder what that's like. You know, whenever you have the night goggles on and the lights come on and you're blinded, is that going to be what happens
They
here?
say you can't see a ton of detail yet, but they are still in development. But it's a thing. It's coming.
Explain.
That's
With your eyes closed.
That makes no sense.
Moon, I'm just reading the science news, okay?
I don't buy it.
In space news, Jupiter is the biggest planet, and a new study found it used to be even bigger, almost twice its current size.
Ooh.
Right after the solar system formed, you could have fit more than 2,000 Earths inside.
Well, happy knee.
The current number is 1,321 Earths.
had a diet.
Ozempic.
I don't know.
Why did it shrivel?
I don't know. I'm just reading the headlines. In chimp news.
Yes.
In chimp news. Ever heard the stat that there's only a 1% difference between chimp DNA and human DNA?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
A new study found that's not really true, or at least misleading. The real number might be more like 15%.
And that 15% is a colossal, a Jupiter-sized, if you will, difference.
In bug news, a study found planets crank out. I'm sorry, not planets. A study found plants crank out more nectar when they hear bees buzzing. Researchers think farms might be able to play buzzing sounds to help crops pollinate. In Tom Hanks news.
Okay. Why is this in science?
Apollo 13 happened 55 years ago, but the movie turns 30 next month, and 2 real-life heroes from it were in the news this week. Gene Kranz got a Lifetime Achievement Award for his pioneering work at NASA. He was the flight director played by Ed Harris in the movie. He's now 91. And the New York Times and Washington Post both did stories on engineer Ed Smiley, who recently passed away at 95. He led the team that came up with the way to make the air filter from the command module, how he made it work in the LEM. The astronauts would have suffocated if they hadn't figured it out. But it's the famous square peg in a round hole scene. Mm-hmm. And finally, in semicolon news.
Yes, that's what we've been waiting for. Finally.
Semicolons could be going extinct.
What?
A study found they're half as common as they were 20 years ago. No one knows how to use them.
Yeah, we're all afraid
Yeah, I don't
to
know
use
what they
it.
are. Yeah.
Isn't it 2 thoughts?
Nobody knows. So we just use periods.
Hey, humans share about 60% of our genes with chickens.
Oh. In chicken DNA news. Yeah. All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. That is it for us. Have a great long weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
If you missed anything on the program, you got the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. And the podcast is titled?
Oh, man. Today's podcast, we had so many different options, but we went with He's Been Boofing Carrots.
Yes, I knew that would be it.
Yeah. Clownvis, great to see you.
Thanks, guys. Love being here. Thank you so much.
And see you tomorrow?
Tomorrow, come on down to Tower Grove Park. I'll be at the Punk Rock Flea Market hosting the main stage. I'll have the Clownvis merch booth set up. That's from 11 to 7. Come on down. Bring the kids. Bring the dogs. It's going to be a beautiful day. Maybe. But either way, rain or shine, we'll be there having fun at the Punk Rock Flea Market. And do me a favor, follow me on Instagram, Clownvis to the Rescue on YouTube every Wednesday night with me and the homie King Scott on that show now.
Who?
He's a cool guy. You'll like him. And I want to say this, man. This week I got a memory. 8 years ago this week was my first time on this show.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So I just want to say,
a little clown.
yeah, I know, I was a little guy, man. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys letting me come on all the time over the years. The time flies by, and you guys always crush it, and it's wonderful to be a part of the family here.
We've had a lot of fun times.
A lot of
Good
memories.
So thank you. Go see Clownvis tomorrow, Tower Grove. Moon, what do you got?
I mean, if you're out and about downtown, like, do the whole thing. Do all of St. Louis. Do the Punk Rock Flea Market, and then come on over to Barbecue and Bargain Bash at Schlafly Tap Room. It's a free event. It's going from noon to 8. Rummage-style sale. It's going to be a whole ton of fun. And then every single beer that they sell, they're going to donate $1 to Tornado Relief. A whole bunch of bands are playing. Meat Sweats 45. And the Teenage Dirtbags will close it out 6:30 to 8 tomorrow. At the Barbecue and Bargain Bash Schlafly Tap Room on Locust. So come visit both of us and just, shop, have some fun, listen to music. These are very cool free events.
Learn.
Yeah, do something for the tornado relief. If it's just one thing, I think the city needs us, and it's up to us to rally. So do it. And if you want some good times with cats, at Lern versus Radio. Thanks.
Thank you, Learn. Rafe.
Yeah, I will not. For those of you, if you did have tickets to see me with Jeremiah Watkins in Springfield, I will not be there this weekend. I have to go to my grandmother's funeral, unfortunately. But go see Jeremiah. Super funny dude. I'll be back down there soon. And RIP to Effie, and no notes beyond that.
Scott?
Yeah, go see Clownvis and Moon tomorrow. When you see them, go up to them and ask if they remember you from previous meetings.
Oh, that's great.
And, they love you. And make sure to follow me at King Scott Rules. And also want to say, from the blood drive, I found out there was some family that drove in like an hour, and I guess they got there before I was around. And so I apologize I didn't run into you guys, and hopefully we can make it right sometime.
Okay.
Bring your blood again.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From St. Louis, Jordan Hampton is our
Jordan.